not fully ready. Her artifacts aren't full to the brim with perfect artifacts. Her weapon isn't fully upgraded whatsoever. But we have a very usable Calais here. And that makes me so happy. One of our favorite characters. And yes, the team isn't the final team either. It's just a team I kind of threw together. I understand that people are probably going to say it's like a bunch of sub DPSs. But I don't know. It's just like I just threw it together. We're doing a hangout today, so it's not going to be of major consequence. We're meeting Layla for the first time, though. By the way, my name is Calvin, also known as Norman. This is my first ever playthrough of Genshin Impact. This is our first time ever meeting Layla. Ever.
What is it? Is there something on my face?
Oh my god, are you okay? Wait, look, the hearts have like lightning bolts in them. Are you lost?
In a way, I suppose I am. I have no idea what to do about my thesis.
I wasn't expecting this soft of a conversation, but you're a student in the academia then?
Anyway, I'm Layla, a Ratalis student at the academia. For now, at least.
Oh my god.
I was just looking up some information at the House of Dana.
I'm totally caught up, because again, I knew like this character was soft-spoken, but like, you're very timid. You look very tired as well.
But the more I read, the more I realized that my thesis lacks integrity.
Okay.
I didn't cover many of the possible outliers, and my calculations aren't precise enough.
We know actually that we do know for a fact that like from the moveset, Layla loves a good sleep. Wait, what? Being long tortured by her anxious thoughts, Layla's stress value shows her current mental state. This value fluctuates as the story progresses. Appraise the situation carefully before making your choice. Oh my god, so it is like a very like anxiety-based conversation.
I should have been done with the first draft of my thesis by now, but I've barely written a third.
It's okay, it's okay. What do you plan to do now? And I wonder if like it's not like all this time we've been seeing Layla sleeping. Maybe it's not that she loves sleep. Maybe it's the fact that she's so anxious that whenever she can get some sleep, like she'll probably be able to take it like we're in battle when the shield is over. Which like being a shielder for someone who's very anxious, to me like makes perfect sense. Like it makes so much sense. What are you planning to do now?
I guess I have to keep looking up as much info as
Okay.
possible. I shouldn't give up now.
No, not at all.
But who am I kidding? Maybe I'm not cut out to be a researcher. Maybe I shouldn't have come to the academia in the first place.
No, you're just having doubts about yourself.
All I've done is cause trouble for my advisor and classmates.
Layla, honestly, being a little anxious, you know, people should understand. People should definitely understand. And also, like, I've seen stuff that goes on in this academia. You are definitely not even close to being the worst of what goes on here. I'm telling you this right now. Not even close. Not even in any day would you be close to it.
I should probably notify my advisor sooner than later, so he can focus his attention on the other students.
Oh my god.
No, I don't even have the guts to bring it up, and I haven't completely given up yet.
This line already is like a perfect representation of like what anxiety can do to you, right? It's like this idea of like, I should totally do this. It's like, oh, well, I can't even do that. And then it's like, oh yeah, but if I do that, then this happens, you know? It's like a constant questioning of every single step you take. You still have time though, right?
To be honest, I haven't slept a wink for days.
You poor thing.
Just thinking about the awful state of my thesis keeps me up at night.
And I probably shouldn't have pointed out that you look sleepy, so I apologize. It's probably something you're very aware of.
Lack of sleep hinders my ability to focus, and if I can't focus, I can't do any proper research or thinking. I'm stuck in a vicious
Yeah, oh my
cycle.
god. Poor Layla.
I've seen the caliber of the other academia students. They're all geniuses and fast learners. I'm nowhere near as gifted
Don't
as
think that
they
again. Like, you know,
are.
I talk about it all the time. Like, you know, you're judging them based on, like, I guess, what they... on their best days, right? Not on the days that, like, they're... Because the thing is, a lot of them, like may look like they have their stuff together. But, like, when they go home, they're probably anxious as well.
Oh, if it wasn't for someone who's been helping me out, My advisor probably would have kicked me out of the Darshan.
I feel so bad for this girl. I feel so bad. Are they a sage? Is this someone a good friend of yours? Are they a great fungus? Are they the great fungus elder? Is this someone a good friend of yours?
No. All
Okay.
of my friends are back home. I'm the only one who got to come study at the academia.
Right.
This might sound strange, but I actually don't know who's been helping me. I don't even know if they're a person or not.
What?
Due to my lack of sleep, I sometimes get dizzy and faint when I'm stressed out.
That's not good. That's definitely not good. It's that bad, huh?
Yeah, but oddly enough, when I wake up, all the things I was stressing
Wait.
over are taken care of.
By who? By the way, I'd love that. But who does that?
My homework's somehow finished
Huh?
before the deadline, and my papers are perfectly written.
Someone is taking notice of how anxious you are and how much pain you're putting yourself through, how the lack of sleep you're getting, and they're helping you out with this for sure.
But that's not all. My flowers are watered.
What?
Laundry's done. Even my broken camera was fixed.
Who's doing this?
I really don't know what's going on, but for now, I'm calling the phenomenon a blessing from the stars.
Okay.
Maybe the stars above decided to help out after seeing all the effort I put into my research.
Oh my god.
If that's even possible.
You even again saying something that you believe and questioning what you just believed as well, like a very anxious thing to, a very anxiety riddled thing to do. It's interesting because like I was saying, I want powers like that, and it sounds pretty extraordinary. I don't know. I want powers like that. Sounds like, she has it easy. I might say it's pretty extraordinary.
But there's no point in me studying at the academia if I keep relying on this mysterious phenomenon.
She's in a bad state. She's in a bad place right now. It's not very good, is it?
It comes down to my own efforts, improving one step at a time. How else can I honor my parents and live up to
Damn,
the expectations
Layla.
of everyone who knows me?
The idea of having to live up to something or live up to the people around you, of course it's going to make you feel anxious. That makes sense. The effort you put in is equally important. Yeah, but I also want to tell her, hey, whatever your parents' expectations are, they should set them, to always love you at the same time.
Oh no, I've already spent too much time chatting.
It's okay. It's okay.
I still haven't made much headway on my thesis. At this rate, I'll need the Wisdom Sealy's help.
You just said you wanted to rely on your own efforts.
Yes, but time's of the essence, so I have to take what I can get. Sorry. I'm just making excuses.
This is such a good representation of anxiety.
But the Wisdom Sealy is truly amazing and freely shares its endless knowledge.
Okay.
If you want its help, all you have to do is write down your question and you'll get a response a short while later.
So we know the Sealies now from doing the R&R quest. We know the Sealies have a deeper connection to this world than we thought before. Maybe some research wants to remain honest. Can Sealies even do something like that?
No one knows who or what it actually is. It's just known as the Wisdom Sealy.
Right.
But getting an answer all comes down to the Sealy's mood. Sometimes it'll only give you a vague answer or play tricks on you. I'm pretty sure a researcher wouldn't do something like that.
I don't know. Layla, I'll just be honest with you. I totally agree in a way, but also some of the people in the academia are absolute weirdos. They're absolute weirdos.
All I can do right now is hope that it helps me.
What about the blessing from the stars? I feel so bad for this girl. So
Who
bad.
knows if it'll happen this time? I can't put all my eggs in one basket.
No, of course.
Trying my luck with another phenomenon is better than doing nothing.
It sounds a little sketchy. I'll go check it out with you. It's too risky to rely on some fishy legend to complete your disease. Let's check it out. I'll check it out with you.
Really?
Yeah.
But I don't want to take up your time.
I'm worried that you'll pass out from exhaustion soon.
Sorry for the
No,
bother.
no, don't be sorry.
You're too kind.
Sorry, just no, don't be sorry. Thank yous are good, but don't be sorry. And I don't mean thank you in a rude way, like say thank you, but like I always love the idea of like, you know, like in ReZero, the idea of like 1,000 sorries is worth, you know, one thank you. Just say one thank you. You know what I mean? And people will appreciate it.
Okay, let's go give it a try. I've already prepared my question for the Sealy.
Okay, let's go.
I just hope it can help me get through this predicament.
No, we'll try it. We'll try it out. We'll try it out. We'll try it out.
Among the countless legends surrounding the House of Dana, the Wisdom Sealy is one of the more popular ones lately.
Mm-hmm.
It hasn't been around for long, but word of the Sealy's existence spread like wildfire. Many people have claimed that they've received a reply from it.
Right.
So, it should probably help me as well.
Well, we can only see.
Right?
You know, like literally, we can only see. Sorry, a little bit of a cough. So you call its name and it appears, or is it some kind of summoning ritual?
I don't know its name, and we have to keep our voices down in the House of Dana. Or else you'll get some scary glares from the Mahamada.
They can glare at us all we want. Literally, I'm just gonna say this right now to you, like, and I know she can't hear me, which I wish I could say it to her, like, you're gonna get glares everywhere you go. The thing that always helped me out with like the anxious thing, because I still get anxiety like a lot, but the thing that helps me out with that stuff is like always remembering that like legitimately the people that stare at you, like, and it's a sad thing, you'll think about it for the rest of your life, right? Oh, that person who stared at me that time. Oh, remember they looked at me so weird when I did something weird. And it's like, yeah, but they forget about it like the next day. You know what I mean? And that's the way to look at it. They forget about that the next day.
Let's split up and ask around about the Sealy. Hopefully someone knows something more.
Yeah, like I think it's actually a really good interpretation of like anxiety. Like, and I think because I think like it's always very difficult sometimes, because there is like a thing of like with games, like when they do anxiety, like they'll just instead of having a character here like it's going oh no every 2 seconds, like, you know, like and saying I am anxious over and over again, or like, you know, they could have easily had a character there. Because it's different. I think like these had Layla be like scream at everything we said but like no, it was a very realistic like saying sorry too much, questioning what they just said in the same sentence that they said it before anyone questioned them, not getting enough sleep, and then like, you know, leaving things for too long, even though like it's gonna come back to bite you in the butt in the end. You know what I mean? It's like all this stuff that like is really high anxiety stuff, worrying about what people will say about you, the stares at you. Like it is like very, very, to me, very realistic.
Excuse me? Have you ever heard of the Wisdom Sealy?
Be nice to her or dead.
You've come to the right person.
Great.
I came across this legend not too long ago myself. After hearing about it, I decided to test it out and ask it a question about the brightness of the stars. 2 days later, I got a response. It included 2 pages of detailed and accurate information. It saved me from having to look up a ton of resources.
Really?
Yeah, so I submitted another question a few days ago. I still haven't received a reply, though.
So it's a bit shaky.
That sounds like what others have said. But I don't have the time to wait for a reply if the Sealy doesn't answer right away. Whatever. Can you please tell me how to submit a question to the Wisdom Sealy?
Tell her right now.
It's quite simple. Go to the bookshelf over there and find either theoretical astrology or a quick reference guide to astrology cases.
You think we read books? Is there a manga version of it?
Oh, I know where those are. My Darshan has us use those 2 books quite often.
Okay, you're lucky she's smart.
Okay, so write your question in a letter addressed to the Wisdom Sealy, and then insert the letter into one of the books. Come back in a day or 2, and if you see a red stamp on your letter, that means the Wisdom Sealy has
Okay, so
replied.
a red stamp. Okay.
However, if the stamp never appears, then that means the Sealy doesn't want to answer your question.
I see. Thank you so much. I'm gonna go write down my question. Hopefully the Sealy replies.
Hopefully, we'll see how it goes. Again, you know, we talked about eggs in one basket, you know what I mean? Like, but like, oh, Clay, no, these are people. We don't, these are people just doing about their daily business. We don't just take out the bow. We don't just take about the bow. Clay. Clay, let's not do this here. These are just people going about their daily business.
Borrowing books.
Books? Yeah. It makes sense that Clay... Oh no, is this the wrong way? It makes sense that Clay would be afraid of books, though. Yeah, it's here. Because I thought we were going to go and do it, like, maybe in, like, our house or something. Yeah. Yeah, no, I do think, and I think, like, you know, look at the difference, like, in the way, like, because, like, there's different types of anxiety as well, by the way, because I don't want to make it seem like, you know, if someone's constantly being like, or jumping, or, like, it's not anxiety either. I just think this, like, is a very, like a very, like, realistic depiction of, like, what anxiety can be for people who are, like, consistently and constantly, you know, suffering from it, I suppose, I guess. Because, like, you know, you look at someone like Klee, and Klee is, like, a very, like, anxious person as well. But I think it's a different type of anxiety as well, which I also think is, like, a very, like, realistic depiction. It's an anxiety about, like, getting in trouble. So Klee will, like, constantly looking around the shoulder, will hear the name Jean and run, you know, and that is a different type of anxiety as well, which is no less, like, valid. You know what I mean? I just think it's interesting the way this game shows off stuff like that. Like, what they did with Kaveh and, like, self-doubt and all that stuff was incredible.
Finally, I wrote out my question and put it in the book.
Well, what do you do now? Wait?
Wait, I guess. Let's give it some time.
Okay.
I'll come back tomorrow to check on it. Don't worry about me if you have other things to do.
No, don't worry. I'll come with you. I'm a little worried. Yeah, I'll come with you.
See. Thanks. I appreciate it.
No issue whatsoever.
Alright then. Let's meet up here tomorrow. I really hope this silly replies.
I hope you at least find out the truth of this stuff. Your outfit's amazing, by the way. The next day you later return to the same bookshelf.
Time to look at the letter. Please,
Oh, this is like, this is making me a little anxious.
Please, let there be a stamp.
Great voice actor as well, by the way.
There's a red stamp on it. The silly responded.
Your eyes are sparkling.
Fantastic. This is wonderful. My troubles are at an end. I can't even begin to express how grateful
That's
I
great.
am.
But like, do we know if it's going to be a prank, or you said it could prank you sometimes?
Let's take a look at what it wrote. Thank you for your letter. Though I have extended your response, I cannot answer your query due to your questionable motives.
Oh no.
Questionable motives? Me? Wait.
Oh no, look again, look at this, like jumbling over her words as well, because obviously like she's thinking like it's like an accusation kind of thing, but like I think what they're trying to say is maybe because like you're trying to do it to like get out of you know, finishing your thesis in a proper way, maybe.
Okay, let's see. Completing a thesis requires independent thought and work. You planned on using my knowledge to complete your paper's most critical portions. That's not right.
Yeah.
However, considering that your deadline is fast approaching and that there is substance to the content in the completed sections of your thesis, I've decided to help you nonetheless.
Okay, that's something.
Follow the hints I've left, and you will find the answer to your question.
What, you're doing a freaking like scavenger hunt?
Consider the effort you put into thinking and searching as your payment for my knowledge. What the?
It's okay. It's okay. We can deal with it. Oh, it's gone back up.
Absolutely right about everything.
Oh no.
I'm starting to feel guilty now. I can't deny any of it.
No, please don't. No, it's okay. It's again, they weren't being, I didn't take it as like them accusing you of anything or like making you feel like less than. I think it was just literally just trying to like help you in a way to like maybe go on your own path and find this yourself. I think that's literally what it was trying to do.
But I'm running out of time.
It's okay. We'll take these hints.
What should I do?
We'll take these hints. I'll search the answer with you. Yeah.
Huh? I could tell you're a very kind person, but I never expected that you'd go this far to help me. I'll definitely think of a way to make it up to you once I take care of my thesis.
Do not worry whatsoever about making it up to me. I appreciate it though.
Okay, let's start by looking at the hint it left us. It should be on the second page. The first clue lies hidden on the road of wisdom. The headstrong child finally sees the world for how big it truly is, filled with awe, yet struck with fear.
Okay.
That's it? Not even a picture or any other marking to go off of. This is pretty abstract. What's this road of wisdom and who's the child?
So wisdom is probably referring to the academia.
Possibly. That sounds like a natural conclusion. So, is the road of wisdom the road that leads to the academia?
We can see, like, there's no law against it.
Wait, I think I get what it means by the child and awe and fear. When I first left home, it took me days to reach Sumeru.
It's a long journey, isn't it?
I was completely shocked when I first saw it with my own eyes. It was so grand and awe-inspiring. Pictures of the city simply don't do it any justice.
We felt that way when we entered Sumeru City for the first time as well. We saw it in the distance even.
After seeing the city, a thought popped into my head. Am I really worthy of this place?
That's horrible, man. That's the first thing you think of when you entered, like, the city? That's your first thought process? And that's the fear?
Worry, fear, or whatever you want to call it. If I'm connecting the dots correctly, then I think I know where the Sealy is leading us.
Let's go.
But how does it know my feelings so well?
Maybe it was referring to you specifically? People who come to Sumeru City elsewhere might have often similar feelings?
You have a point.
No, I didn't mean to say it like that.
Special about my background or experience.
No, don't think of it like that.
It could be anyone.
See, I wanted, like, I thought that, like, saying, like, hey, maybe it's specifically about you would have made her more anxious.
Anyway.
You know what I mean?
Let's go take a look.
But I didn't mean to, I should have known that she would have taken it as, like, oh, you're, like, I'm less special than I thought. You know what I mean? Like, which is not the truth. Like, you know, your experiences are so unique. Even if they're similar to other people's, they're so unique. I didn't mean to make her feel like that. That's the opposite of what I wanted there. But, I generally thought if we were like, hey, yo, you know, it's specifically talking about you, then that would have made me more anxious, like that they specifically made a riddle about me. But then again, I guess, like, if I'm looking back now, she probably would have liked that, because then it showed that, like, there was a care, I suppose, trying to help. So I guess we're going to the road to Sumeru City. Oh, it's right here. Okay. Is this where you looked upon it? Let's go. But yeah, look how it is awe-inspiring. It is so beautiful when you look at it from this perspective. For sure. Oh, fire here too.
Oh, we should be close. This is the way I came when I first traveled to Sumeru City.
Right.
Aw, it's been way too long since I last visited home.
How long?
No, this isn't the time for that
Again,
kind
mine
of
going
talk.
100 miles per hour.
We have to hurry and find the clues that the Sealy left behind. It is.
It's a pretty big area, by the way.
Relying solely on what the Sealy said might not be viable. Assuming the Sealy is intentionally linking the clues to my past, I think I have an idea.
Let's hear it.
So this is a little embarrassing. At that time, the sight of Sumeru City was absolutely mesmerizing. I was anxious, but also excited about all the things to come.
Yeah, a lot of feelings.
I was distracted and accidentally stepped on an Avidia leopard's tail.
The price of being distracted. Yeah, I suppose.
I didn't notice it at all. The poor thing was sound asleep, and after I stepped on its tail, it bolted straight up. I freaked out and ran as fast as I could.
Oh no. Actually incredibly relatable. Like, have you ever, like, Like for me, whenever I wouldn't run away, obviously, but like, have you ever like stepped on like a animal's tail by accident, and like you feel bad for like 3 years afterwards?
There were actually more video leopards sleeping nearby, and they were all faster than me.
No,
I
they
almost
chased
got
you.
bitten a couple
They all
of
chased you.
times.
Well, of course they're leopards. They chased you.
Good thing someone from the Eremites heard me shouting for help.
Oh
They
my
managed
God.
to scare off the leopards.
I'm picturing that in my head. Poor Layla just running away from these leopards. Good thing you weren't hurt.
Yeah, but when I finally managed to calm myself down,
Oh
I
no.
noticed that the talisman my mother had made for me was missing.
No, it's horrible.
It's extremely precious to me. Ever since I was little, I would always carry it with me whenever I'm doing something important. I also had it with me when the academia conducted its selection exam at my village. I checked my bag at least a dozen times to make sure the talisman was in there.
Right. And again, like I do that all the time too. And I think it's a very relatable thing, like always checking your bag. But like in this case, it's something that was so important to you.
I feel much more at ease knowing that I have it with me. I had thought that it would also help me calm my nerves in Sumeru City.
Right.
But I ended up losing it before I even finished registration at the academia.
The peace of mind I gave you must be irreplaceable. I can sympathize with your feelings of loss.
Yeah, and that's when I started having sleeping problems.
It's so bad.
I just began to sleep less and less.
Because sleep is so
each day.
important. It's so important.
Losing a talisman like that is definitely a bad omen. Oh, sorry. I'm starting to ramble.
It's okay.
again.
It's okay.
What were we talking about before?
It's perfectly fine.
Right. Why the silly led us here. I think we should look around where the Avidia leopards attacked me.
Okay, I don't want to talk to a few of them.
If the silly is trying to make me remember things that happened in the past, it would make the most sense for it to hide clues in memorable locations.
Yeah.
Oh, hope the silly's clue wasn't also torn to shreds by Avidia leopards.
I don't want to say like, hey, no need to be pessimistic all the time, because I feel like that like that would literally put more pressure on someone who's already anxious, because then they're going to be thinking about, am I pessimistic all the time? Just like, let's look around first.
Yeah, that's the only way we'll know for
Let's
sure.
check. Let's check everything. You know. No need to like, because I feel like that would put me in like and anyone who like would get like a little anxious and things, like even people who don't get anxious. Like if I was just like sitting there and someone said, and I was feeling anxious about something just in general, like something that was coming up, and someone was like, hey, like you don't need to be pessimistic all the time. I would start thinking, when was the last time I was pessimistic? Oh my god, I have to start acting like a lot nicer here. Yeah, but sleep is so important, by the way. It's so important. You should be getting your sleep. And it's difficult, by the way. It's very difficult.
Oh, we should be close.
Statue? No, it's some stones. I thought it was a statue. How do we break these down? Oh, just hitting it. Okay.
Sure enough, it's here. And in a really obvious place. That pretty much confirms my hunch about the Sealy's intentions.
It seems like the Sealy knows you really well.
I don't know. But how did it know about all these details?
Right.
I've hardly told anyone about this stuff. It's not hiding somewhere.
See, that's what I mean. That's why I didn't want to say it to her.
Oh, anyway, let's
Sorry for
look
skipping
at
by
the
accident
clue
again. It
we
happens
found.
sometimes.
Seems like you haven't forgotten about your very
What type of...
first
Who would
failure.
say that to anybody? What does that even mean?
See? It knows everything.
Yeah, this looks even too much like your first failure.
I have no idea what's going on. No wonder the Sealy is becoming legendary. Let's keep reading the clue.
Yeah.
I've placed the second clue where heaven meets water. The answer, seemingly amongst the stars, was ultimately washed to some unremarkable place downstream.
Where heaven meets water?
Oh, just as I thought. It's something to do with me again.
You already got the meaning. By the way, her soft voice just like comforts me so much. Like it's like a lullaby. Even like it's just there's something so like good about this voice actor and like the way the choices they made here. Such a soft, lovely voice. You already got the meaning?
If the first clue was any indication, then the location described in this clue should also be related to my life experiences. Most Ratawa's research is related to studying the stars. My own thesis work often requires me to go in the field and collect astrological data.
Okay. That's cool.
And,
Oh no.
let's just say there's another devastating and unforgettable failure I had.
Think about these things will only make things worse for you. But like, should we say this? Because to me, like again, if I'm talking to someone, if I say this to someone, I feel like that's gonna make them think more about it. But like, this doesn't seem like it's working. Should we keep following these clues? Let's see what happens here.
But that can't be helped, right?
Because I feel like moving forward is probably the best idea.
Many things not because we want to, but because we have to. Let's keep moving. It might be hard to believe, but being out and about is making me feel a
Of
lot
course, walking around the
better,
place.
than usual.
See, the reason why like I keep saying like let's keep going because like I just feel like maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like if someone said something like to me that was about like, hey, like, cause like people who like are anxious, know, like, and I'm not saying like, oh, I'm like me and Layla relatable because like definitely like not like this is super anxious. This is like not getting any sleep, but like I feel like one of the things that like is important to talk about with this type of stuff is like everyone has like some level of anxiety, but this level of anxiety I'd assume anyway. Because I've known people as well who have like had this type of like, I can't sleep for days, I can't sleep, at all. Like, oh, it's like a waterfall maybe. Oh, it's past the waterfall. Like, that you're like not doing well. And that when you think about this bad stuff, it makes you even worse. Saying to someone, hey, when you think about this stuff, it makes it worse. It's like, yeah, they know. They freaking know. Is there like a fast travel point up here? Or is it just, oh, there is, okay. Let's see what's next. By the way, look, Zing Show's back. Best boots in the business.
Body and mind.
Body and mind. Body and mind.
We're here. That's the spot.
Oh, they're still there. The family. Look, well, the friend of the family, I suppose.
That's where I performed my first field observation after enrolling at the academia. I borrowed some equipment from the school and came here on a perfectly clear day.
Okay.
Everything was ready to go and I was positive that I'd be able to get some great data. But the equipment was a little heavy and I didn't notice that the ground was muddy and some spots were unstable. After I finished setting up everything, part of the ground suddenly shifted and my equipment started teetering over. I rushed over to grab hold of it, but I ended up tripping over another piece.
That's not good, is it? That's not good at all.
The next thing I knew, everything was covered with muddy water.
Oh, no.
Me and all my equipment.
But like that's like you can look back at that and laugh, right? As long as it doesn't damage anything too much.
You must be wondering how someone can be so clumsy.
Oh, no, not really. We're all prone to mistakes when we aren't well rested.
Thank you for understanding.
100%.
If I were the one complaining about not being well rested, it would just sound like an
Oh my
excuse.
god, and yeah, like even thinking that you can complain if you want, complain to the high heavens.
It's a vicious cycle. The less I sleep, the more mistakes I make. The more mistakes I make, the harder it is for me.
Jesus Christ. So what happened afterwards? Were you injured? Like, yeah, like the reason I'm saying Jesus Christ is because like it's literally like so like real, right? So real.
I just got a minor fracture, so I had to rest at B. Marston for a
Minor
while.
fracture. So you got really hurt. Like again, it's not too serious, but
To pay off the damages to the equipment, I took some part-time jobs.
Oh my god.
I just went to work whenever I couldn't sleep.
Are you
It
serious?
took me forever to pay off what I owed.
Who made you pay it off? Let's talk to them. Let's have a chat. Don't tell me your insomnia got worse after that.
Bingo. Oh. The pressure from my
What
studies
the
and debt
hell?
was crushing me, and I didn't want to tell my family
Oh my
about
god,
any
you
of
should
it.
have.
After all, I am the legendary Layla who made it into the academia at a young age. Oh, and had never failed an assignment in her life.
So that's the kind of title people put in you as well. But the thing before this we were looking at here, the studies is crushing me. Whoever put this girl in debt, I am going to destroy you. And so like there is a pressure on you for getting to the academia at such a young age. Ever consider taking a break?
Of course. I've even considered giving up on my studies completely and returning home to help care for the Sumter beast, but that would be kind of embarrassing.
Right. But like, if you want to do that, that's what you should do. It's what you want. It doesn't matter if it's embarrassing. Who gives a damn about, like, well, you give a damn. That's the thing.
I don't mean that I'd be embarrassed in front of others.
Right, okay.
I mean that I'd be ashamed of myself. After all, everything I've done up till now is only a result of my own decisions.
I mean, like, and I totally see that, like, the idea that, like, everything that's happened now, especially your insomnia and your anxiety is definitely a result of, like, you know, of you overthinking things and maybe, like, you made a few mistakes. But I don't think that, you know, especially with this type of stuff, like, this emotional stuff, like, blaming yourself for feeling high levels of anxiety doesn't always sit right with me, because it's just like, even though it's like, yeah, like, you know, oh, if I made this decision, whatever, I could change it, whatever, you know? But the thing is about your anxiety is that it's not something that you like are trying to not control. You just can't control it.
Although, it hasn't always been smooth sailing, and sometimes things don't go my way. I made it this far on my own. There haven't been any major incidents with my studies, and I even managed to pay off the equipment damages.
You poor devil. Listen, like, whoever put you in debt, I'm gonna be talking to him after this. I won't tell Layla that. But I'm just gonna find out who it is.
But I guess I'm exaggerating a bit. Most of it is still due to the help of some unknown person rather than my own work.
Yeah, but your parents would feel bad if they knew what you were. Exactly. I do think that, like, it's like, you know, you don't want to put, like, any pressure on them, but, like...
And that's exactly why they mustn't
No,
ever
but they...
find out. Once I finally manage to acclimate to life in Sumeru City, I'll show them my success. Oh, I hope that day will come eventually.
I don't want you... Like, I think the perspective is that they are probably going to be more upset if they found that you didn't tell them, rather than that you are anxious all the time and that you're feeling this way.
Anyways, let's continue looking for the next clue. It should be around here somewhere. An unremarkable place downstream was the description.
Yeah. I feel so bad for this girl. And, like, you know, before someone says that she put herself in debt from damaging the equipment, right? Yeah, 100% it was her that damaged the equipment. It's down there, isn't it? But here's the thing. I'm going to say this straight up. I do not care. I do not care whatsoever what rules there are about damaging equipment. Alright? This academia makes enough money and gets enough freaking research projects and pays enough bad people to do stuff in this place. And for years was a stinky, stinky place for the higher ups. So, I don't care. I do not care. I will crush them. They will be crushed.
Downstream could be somewhere close by.
Right here again in these stones. I gotta be everything show. I will crush them.
Here, it's over here. Oh, good thing it's dry. I was worried the message
You're worried about
might be
every
wet.
little thing.
Let's see. Have you found it? The unremarkable place downstream. Well, of course. How else could I be reading this message? Seriously.
It's actually very funny sometimes too. No, I think it's like I don't know if that's intentionally funny or if you're just trying to be like, yeah, maybe a bit sarcastic, but it is very funny, Layla.
I've placed the third hint at a crossroad without a cross. You can turn left or right, but turning back shouldn't be an option.
I wonder if it's a crossroads to Sumeru City. It feels like clues are getting more vague.
They're actually getting clearer for me. I was sort of expecting this even before
Oh my
I read
God.
the message. I don't know if the clues are following a timeline or if they're based on the amount of regret I have. Either way, this incident was bound to come up sooner or later.
Okay. What's this incident? Sounds like it's getting personal.
Would someone really go to all this trouble just to
I didn't mean the
pull off
Sealy. Is this gonna make the anxiety higher?
I can't make heads or tails of
Probably.
it. Anyway, just follow me. I'll save the story for when we get
Sure.
there.
I meant like, is the Sealy making it personal? Because like there's a lot of real personal information here. I love the dancing over it. Look at that. It's so cool. It's one of my favorite things. Yeah, like I don't know. It's if this is like some magical force, it's near Vimara village. Oh man, a lot of memories there. A lot of memories there.
Time to act.
What are they gonna do when they see this running into the academia later to get back the debt money? Like that. What are they gonna do? What is that? What is that? It's like he's like Batman or something, but he has nice boots. This guy with nice boots, he's coming to avenge someone.
This is the place that immediately came to mind when the hint mentioned a crossroad.
Right.
I came here to conduct some astrological observation once. Everything went smoothly on the way, and I thought I was starting to get used to life at the academia. But just as I was about to set up the observation equipment, I heard a strange sound coming from nearby. I made my way here and discovered a bunch of bandits robbing someone.
So a lot of stuff happened here.
They were a group of treasure hoarders, and the family that was being mugged looked completely helpless. They definitely wouldn't have been able to escape, and simply handing over their Mora might not have been enough to make the bandits go away.
So you wanted to help but couldn't? That's a horrible feeling.
Not exactly. I already had a vision by that time.
Yeah, and you're very powerful.
Someone with a vision should technically
Yeah,
be
you're
really
incredibly powerful.
Right? Handling a group of treasure hoarders should be well within my abilities. However, I didn't know how to channel the power of the elements to fight at that time, and I was super scared.
Oh, that's okay.
I wielded immense power, but I didn't feel any stronger than just an ordinary
okay.
person.
Yeah, then what happened?
Then I ran away. I scrambled towards Sumeru City looking for help. Eventually, I managed to return with a few adventurers I ran into along the way. It took longer than I had hoped, and by the time we made it back here, the treasure hoarders and the family were gone.
So it's this feeling of like maybe I could have helped but I didn't help?
I don't know if the family only lost their belongings in the end or if something worse happened to them.
That would stick with you for so long.
I faced a lot of problems after coming to Sumeru City, but this incident is one that I regret the most.
Oh my god, again, but like you just got your vision.
I sat on the ground and began
Oh
to
my
cry.
god, you poor thing. Like, and this would stick with you for forever. It's in your mind forever. Oh no!
I stepped in to help that family. Would it have ended differently if I were just a little braver?
Yeah, being rational is just as important.
Aw, thank you for trying to comfort me, but I can't stop stop myself from thinking that way.
I understand.
It's just as the silly said.
We're making her more
Turning
anxious
back
somehow, and I feel like I'm
shouldn't be an
failing.
option. However, I can't help but think about running away whenever I'm faced with a challenge.
The CD probably wants to do more than just criticize you for the past. Why don't you try facing your challenge head on? Let's take a break from searching and rest for a bit, maybe? This is interesting because these are hard questions to answer. The CD probably wants to do more than just criticize you for your past. Why don't you try facing your challenge head on? Let's take a break from searching for and rest for a bit, maybe?
But what about my thesis?
Your health is more important.
We still haven't
Oh, this might make me grow
found
more
Sally's
anxious
answer
now.
yet.
Your health is more important than your thesis.
Sorry.
No, there's no
for
trouble.
Causing you so much trouble.
Let's find some place to rest.
Alright, I
Yeah.
actually don't have much stamina. I've been stressed this whole time, and I feel
You're not going to make any progress like that, though.
exhausted. I'm really
It's okay.
sorry.
It's okay. It's 100% okay. Yeah, I feel like I'm not doing a good job here. Which worries me a little bit because, like, while I'm trying to calm her down. Thanks. You know Layla? You know Layla? I don't know what you're talking about. Do you know Layla? None of my business. Okay, none of your business, I guess. Yeah, no, I don't. I feel like I'm doing a bad job. I feel like I'm doing a terrible job. I'm trying to like say the stuff that like would like, but the thing is like I've never been like in a state where Layla is, but I'm trying to say stuff that would calm me down or stuff I wouldn't want to hear.
Let's stop here.
Like you're so
I
tired.
don't think I can walk any further.
I'll prepare some food and juice.
Alright, I'm gonna give my legs a rest. I'll be waiting for you here. I feel bad for making you go through so much trouble for me. Oh, if only I were more capable.
We're all skilled at different things.
I'm sorry.
No.
I always find myself
Yeah, I
having
know.
to apologize.
I know.
But enough of that. I need to pull myself together. The memories I've been reminded of are all really taxing.
They are. Of course they are. Like anxiety makes you so tired.
I cannot just give up this time, even if my head's not in a good place. Letting these heavy feelings get the best of me will only slow us down.
It's okay.
Watch out! Behind
What's
you!
wrong?
Monsters!
It's like a slime.
A lot of them too. Why didn't we see them coming?
Yeah, take a moment.
No.
Yeah, please.
I'll fight too.
You need to rest.
But I want to help.
I feel like we should let her
I
fight.
can't just sit back and watch you while
Yeah,
you
I think we
fight.
should.
Don't worry. I can handle myself.
I know you
I
can.
mustn't keep repeating my past regrets. That's the most valuable lesson I've learned today. I should take action when I'm needed and give it my all when the moment calls.
If that's what you take out of
miss
this-
those opportunities in life, you may never get another chance to make up for them. Huh. I suppose that's fate.
If that's what you take out of this, that's fine.
Let's take them all down.
Especially if she feels like, okay, I didn't fight in that moment and now I need to fight now. So now we have Layla as like a oh, and it's not a slime, it's a fungi. Okay.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Having you as a shielder, fantastic. By the way.
Let's dance. I summon thee.
Look at this. I picked the wrong person. There we go.
Not now. By royal decree. Come on, we can do it.
Ring cutter. No, my sword. Time to act.
Write this on the side. Odds reveal thyself.
You can tell I've never used this team ever before. Ever in my life.
Wings of Don't be scared. The night is cold.
Does that laugh?
I
think you did fantastic.
My training. It's embarrassing to be out of breath so
It's okay.
quickly like this.
Are you alright?
Well, the only appropriate response would be to say that I'm fine, right? I'm pale due to lack of sleep, not because of the fight. But then again, I know you'd be able to see right through those words. I'm feeling weak. There's
It's
no
okay. Take a rest.
hiding
Take a
it.
rest.
I'm just happy I didn't get in your way
Yes.
during the fight.
If you had any idea what you've been doing for my teams in the past while, you have made farming bosses the easiest thing in the world, Layla.
Oh.
There we go.
Thanks for the compliment. I sure don't get to hear that often.
No, you did fantastic.
Although I may not be physically strong, my will is as resilient as they come. I'll be fine after I rest for a bit. Can you stay with me while I recover
I'll stay with you
my
forever.
energy?
Let's go.
It shouldn't take long.
Best friends for life. Oh my god, the poor girl. She's so tired. Despite her incredibly weak disposition, she can still choose to make a stand. Perhaps she wanted to prove a point, or perhaps she didn't want to leave regrets. Honestly, like, I feel like we made a few bad decisions there, clearly. Like, I think, like, early on, especially when we, like, made it out that, like, it was, it could be a prank and stuff like this. But I think it's just, like, my misinterpretation of the dialogue. I did try my best to maybe, like, calm her down. But, like, it's difficult. It's like, because it's just some, maybe I made the wrong decision. Maybe you guys can give your opinion too on it. I feel like maybe I should have done the opposite and, like, actually addressed, like, you know, when she was like, oh, when I'm like, hey, I should have been like more like, hey, you shouldn't do that, or you shouldn't do that, or talking like that's gonna make you feel so upset. But the only reason I didn't say it is because I feel like people who have like high anxiety very much know that talking like that is the thing that's making them more upset. You know, she even said it was a vicious cycle. But I guess like it's just the way things go sometimes. I didn't do fantastic with it. Let's yeah. So we have one ending there. Let's see. There's the Wisdom Sealy. Dislocate dialogue, further investigation, underlying meaning, road to failure. And here was the other change. Right? There was a change here, and I think it was choosing to battle, or choosing to get rest, or choosing to go on. I think that was the change. Yeah, we'll try the other option now then, since it's right here. Yeah, no, it's an interesting conversation to have, like, as well, because I guess, like, the way she felt now in that moment was like, if I, like, after not being able to help those people from the treasure order, it's like, if I don't fight now in the situation against these and don't help you fight, then I'm going to feel even worse, which I totally get.
Let's stop here. All right. I'm going to give my legs a
Wait,
rest.
there was a choice here? There was a choice here? For real?
By royal decree. Rain outlines your fate.
Maybe we should put like a flame guy on the team,
I'll protect
or like another Dendro character on the team, because I think this is very, like, again, I didn't expect there to be so much combat, but hey, we're here now. We're here now, you know. I just literally threw this team together like 2 seconds before we started recording, so gotta be honest with you guys. And honestly, a shield helps.
As you wish, main Twilight.
Honestly, as well, we have Fischl. She should be carrying the teams most times.
Know my sword. Witness the power of Gugwa.
Like maybe put in like a Toma, or like, but the thing is, like, the idea is I'm going to be putting like, I'm leveling up Xiangling, and I'm going to be putting Xiangling along with, I'm going to be putting Xiangling in the same team as Calais. That's the plan for now. But then again, it's like, you know, easy to say that now, right?
Ring cutter.
Because like having Kabe maybe on the team as well would be fantastic too. Because then we could have maybe, but then Kave's not leveled up enough. Maybe like Nahida as well.
I really need to keep up.
So what was the opposite choice here? Wait, what? Wait, what was the opposite choice here? No, I'm an idiot. This is it. No. This is the What? No, it's here. I picked the wrong one. I'm an idiot. I picked the one below it. Yeah, I'm dumb. Don't mind me. Yeah, this team is not. Maybe we could like make some changes because I think we have to have a DPS character as well on the team. So I wonder if like let's see. I wonder if because we have like yeah. So maybe let's see. Like we could put Kazuha on the team. Just to have like all those elements are going around the place. Yeah, we could. Yeah.
All right.
Just for now anyway. Because again, I'm not like I usually like ask for help with teams all the time and stuff like this, and I can make some teams myself as well, and I take suggestions all the time. But I have no problem saying that like I'm not very good with this sometimes. I know I want to do like a Kalei and Xiangling, Xiangling and Xingqiu team. I think that's the team I was looking for, like with someone else on the team, maybe like a healer, maybe like a I don't know, could be a barber or something. But Xiangling isn't leveled up yet, so it's a bit difficult. But Xiangling can be leveled up like in most like situations. Because he's actually like very easy to level up. Yeah, so please don't take this team as like what I usually do with teams. You know what I mean?
You're right. The more challenging it gets,
please don't take it as that, please.
Try. I'm feeling calmer now. Okay. Let's go look for more leads nearby.
Interesting, so we keep going with this as well, so we're not gonna have the de-stressing moment, so I wonder what's gonna happen.
Let's search this area.
See, like, Kalei seems like a character who is more about switching up stuff, right? About switching up stuff? Like, switching the characters around? So maybe, like, maybe we could have a Benny on the team? Hold on a second here. So maybe we just do a full switch, constant switch team? And we could put...
You want me on your team? For justice.
So we can just constantly switch between the elements. Maybe we could try that. But I do want to put Barbara on the team as well. So maybe having a Xiangling, Barbara... Because Benny's on a load of teams too. A Xiangling, Barbara... Catching? Because remember, like, I had a patron suggesting catching, actually. And I think it's a good idea. Because we have like a C2, a C1 catching. So maybe we could do, like... Yeah. Catching, Kalei, Barbara, Xiangling. Because actually my patrons have suggested like as well catching. That's not just like that's just something I remembered there as well. It's not like my idea. I don't want to make it seem like, oh, I did it, guys. I made up. Why do we do catching? Like catching has definitely been a suggestion that's been suggested to me before. Whenever we talked about it. So search the area. This area? Here.
Here it is, just as I thought. The Sealy must have placed it here in advance. Let's see what we have this time. Whatever it is, I'm ready.
What's a picture? Looks like a house.
Huh? It's a picture?
So it's not a riddle. It's not exactly a riddle, I suppose.
Guess not. This house looks like it's in Vimara village. Does the Sealy want us to go there?
Maybe some sort of trap is waiting for us. This might be a last stop in our search.
I can't can't think of any connection I have with Vimara Village, though. I've only been there once, and it was pretty uneventful.
Yeah, oh, so it's a Vimara village. Okay, yeah, I didn't recognize it at first, for real.
Whatever the case, the only way we'll know is if we go there.
Yeah, just be sure not to push yourself too hard.
Thanks, but I'm fine. I'm used to pushing my limits. I know how far I can go.
Oh my god, this place. Oh my god. But yeah, like usually I think like yeah, people were like saying like catching would be really good for a team like that. You know, and there's always like great suggestions in the comments and on the Patreon, all this stuff. Usually in the end, like I make it like either I'll go like, oh, that's a really fantastic suggestion. Let's do it like that, like what we did with the team that we have with the main team with Vaughn. Is that it's a suggestion that was like actually really, really good. And sometimes I'm like, oh, maybe I'll make this team, I'll make that team, I'll make this team. And when people suggested catching, I was like, oh, like we have like a C1 catching, and she's like a good 5-star. Like if we put catching with like Kalei and Shangling, maybe it might be a good idea too. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes.
Let's see. This should be the place. Nothing seems out of the ordinary. Maybe the Silly didn't prepare anything for us this time. Or does it want us to knock on the door first?
That would be interesting, wouldn't it?
If we're wrong about this, it'll be super awkward.
Layla.
You're right. I can't always be like this.
Right, but we just need to know it's totally okay though.
Sometimes it's better to take action than overthink every little thing.
Oh my god, the little inhales and exhales.
Hello? Is anyone home?
Coming! Just a moment.
Who's this?
Oh, it's you, Layla.
Do you know him?
How nice of you to stop by again.
Huh?
Do you know him?
Do you know me?
Yeah, what the?
That's no way to greet a friend. Of course I know you. Is this a friend of yours? Or perhaps a classmate?
A friend. I'm having a little trouble with my thesis, and we happened to be passing by.
Yeah, what's going on, Layla?
I don't know either. I don't even know where to begin. I recognized him immediately. He's one of the people that was
What?
getting robbed by the treasure hoarders.
What?
But he shouldn't know anything about me. He
Wait,
shouldn't
what?
even know who I am.
You said you've been to Vimara Village once.
Yeah, but that was before the robbery.
Wait, but
I was just passing through.
did you misinterpret what was happening?
Even if he saw me, he wouldn't know who I am. He didn't notice me during the robbery.
Is something the matter?
I appreciate
What is that? Yeah.
your kindness, but I really can't remember how we met. I'm sorry.
Maybe like you got forgetful with all the anxiety you had.
So you aren't joking? Do you still remember when my family
Wait.
and I were being robbed by a gang of treasure hoarders?
Wait,
Yes, but I don't think I
What
was
happened?
of
What
much
actually
help
happened?
to you all.
How so? You told us everything yourself the last time we met.
what?
My family and I were surrounded by treasure hoarders, and I didn't know what to do. But then, we heard people approaching in the distance.
Okay.
Those treasure hoarders were the first to hear them coming, and started to flee the moment they sensed the situation wasn't going their way. They didn't even bother taking anything with them. I wasn't sure what had happened, but the treasure hoarders were scared off. I immediately grabbed my wife
Oh
and
my
child and
God.
got out of there.
This is a feeling that like must be indescribable because I can't even describe it because I don't even know how it feels like. Imagine feeling anxiety over not being able to save someone from possibly dying, and you found out that what you did actually saved their lives, or saved their, at the very least saved their money. You know what I mean? You don't know what they were gonna do. You know what I mean? Like that's.
Oh, I see. I'm so glad that you and your family were unharmed.
Hey, you did something really good.
I thought
Already
it was
smart.
a party of adventurers that happened to pass by, but later you told me that you had spotted us and ran to find help. You were amazing. You managed to keep a level head even in the midst of danger. I know you have a vision, so those treasure hoarders wouldn't have been a match for you. But they might have harmed me and my family if their backs were pushed against the wall.
That's so... Layla, I would literally pass out. I would be like, okay, I can sleep for a bit.
Wait, that's not exactly what happened. I still regret not helping out sooner. Anyway, when did I come here last? I don't seem to remember.
It's been some time, but not too long ago. I don't recall exactly when. What's wrong? Nothing's coming to mind?
And like, look how calm he is about it. He's like, man, this girl's just amazing. And Layla's been worried about this for so long.
Nope. I'm sorry. I still can't seem to remember, even after everything you've told me. Maybe I'm just under too much pressure.
I wonder if that's an actual thing. I don't want to say that's an actual thing with anxiety, like memory loss and stuff like this. Or maybe it's just a matter of seeing things in like the wrong perspective.
You came over and ate with us, and you played games with my son.
Layla.
If only we had taken a picture.
So maybe she just didn't like remember all this.
Oh,
she blocked it out of her
you forgot a
mind.
package here from that visit. You'll definitely remember once you see it. Wait here, I'll go fetch it.
A package?
Oh my god.
I left a package here?
You did so good.
Wait, this is it.
Oh my god. That is incredible. That is incredible.
This is the talisman that I lost. The one that my mother made for me.
Is it really the same one you lost?
Yes, this is definitely it. She made it herself.
That's fantastic.
It's the only one of its kind.
What an ending to this. Is definitely the better ending.
There's also a letter here. Was I planning to send it to someone? Let's see who the recipient is. To Layla?
I'm assuming you are into the habit of writing letters to yourself.
No. I swear I've never done anything like that.
Oh my god.
What is going on?
That's incredible.
Let's open it and see what this is all about. Hello, Layla. It must have been quite the endeavor to follow the Sealy's hints all the way here. Great work. Self-reflection is a wonderful quality to possess, but you'll only end up hurting yourself if you overdo it.
True. Very true.
Failure is a stranger to no one.
Exactly.
The purpose of self-reflection is not to indulge in the pain of failure, but to succeed in your next attempt.
Yes, exactly. It's not just yeah. And I think that's it. It's like, you know, dwelling too much in it. It's difficult. It's hard to not.
If you're reading this letter, then you have succeeded in taking
Oh my
the
god.
first
So
step.
like,
On the back of this letter is the core
oh my god.
information that your thesis is lacking. It's actually been done for a while now. It only feels inconclusive.
That's amazing.
Because it's missing a concise summary to tie it
Incredible.
all
Absolutely
together.
incredible.
I hope that this journey has provided insight for your life ahead. From the bottom of my heart, I wish you courage as you carry onward, and hope that you fulfill the expectations you hold.
This, if I read this, I would break down crying.
Always watching over you. Sincerely, the
Wisdom
Wisdom
Sealy?
Sealy. Oh.
Oh, exactly. Yes. Oh my god. Oh, this poor girl.
I thought...
It's
I
okay.
thought we were going to fail.
No, it's okay.
I thought that...
Oh my god.
Everything we did and all the time we spent was for nothing.
All this energy as well. Yeah, all this energy.
But the Sealy wasn't messing with me after all.
Wait, could it be that the Wisdom Sealy is you? I can't believe like what they did with this freaking like having her break down like this is so like it's like such like a weird moment because it's not, you wouldn't describe it as like sad. It's like almost like a release of energy after all this time. It's a beautiful moment.
I doubt it. I mean, unless I somehow came here while I was unconscious and don't remember it. Although, having said that, I have heard rumors claiming that I sleepwalk a lot. But even then, that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm actually the wisdom Sealy. It could have just helped me while I was sleepwalking.
Right. Either way, it's safe to say it's Rachel Blesser. So you were sleepwalking a lot then. I think this is an incredible ending to this one.
I'll write back and ask to meet with the Sealy and see
Okay.
how it responds. Even though I still have a lot of questions,
Maybe it's...
this experience was fruitful enough.
Okay.
If it wasn't for your encouragement,
No, it was
I
you. It was totally
probably would
you.
have quit halfway through and holed up in the academia
You lit the fire. I just showed you where you could buy the matches.
Perseverance really does pay off.
You did such a good job.
I'm not sure if I understand what is
Don't worry about
happening, but it's something good,
This is
right?
exactly how we all feel. It's good. It's good.
Yes, it's something really, really good, and I'm very thankful for
Oh my
it.
god, it's so good. And being thankful again, not being sorry, not being upset, being thankful.
Well then, since you're already here, why don't you stay and have something to eat? We just finished preparing some food.
Oh,
Come on, don't be a stranger.
This
Your
is
friend
amazing.
should join us
This is
as
so
well.
amazing.
You can leave your troubles until after the meal. You must relax and gather your strength so you can take on the challenges
That's
ahead.
what I was thinking when we
Right?
rested, by the way. She needed to relax a bit, but obviously, like, maybe facing your troubles head on is also a good thing. He's right.
all right.
Look at that, the
Thank
anxiety's
you
all gone. That is such a good
I
feeling
can
seeing
do
that.
this.
Awesome. Absolutely amazing. Oh, look at that too. Look at that. Oh, it's so sweet. It's so sweet. I wish you courage and carry onwards and hope to fulfill the expectations that you hold. So what's so sweet about this, right, is that, like, it very well could be a chance in sleepwalking that... Oh, poor Benny.
Where did that come from?
That Layla could be the wisdom Sealy, right? Could be. And doing all this stuff for herself. Because she forgot that, like, imagine, like, again, they did such a good job with the release of emotions when she started crying, because it's like this built-up anxiety for so long that you maybe didn't help someone who was being robbed. You don't know what happened. She even said herself, I thought they might have died or something worse. And
Benny's adventure team, assemble!
you tell him, Benny. But, like, that crying was like almost like a release of, like, all this pent-up stuff, and felt like she could finally release it. They did a really good job with this. I'm so impressed with the way they did this. Really am. Because, like, it is just, like, there's 6 endings with this one, by the way. I, like, just really, 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 really impressed. So what's the other option here? So it might be messing with you as the other option?
Good point. Why else would it use such a roundabout way to tell me its answer? Supposedly, everyone who's been pranked by the Sealy had angered it in some way.
Well, if you angered the Sealy's in the wrong. So, F the Sealy.
That means the Sealy is someone who's very strict and serious about knowledge. But who knows if it's really a Sealy or some person.
There's no guarantee they'd actually get an answer even after doing what it says. Both of these would, like, I don't know what the answer here. The main issue is that you have a deadline to meet, maybe you should say.
True. And
Lauren's heartbroken.
if I don't get an answer, then I'll only have wasted more time.
This is definitely, like, not the best. I think the second thing we did there, the second choices we made there were the best.
Aw, but there's nothing else we can do. It's the one holding all the cards. It's completely hidden and can choose whether to help us or not. After all, it'd probably be impossible to find it and ask my question in person.
Now that sounds like an idea?
Huh? I was just kidding. Oh, please don't take me seriously.
We'll take you seriously.
It's a Sealy we're talking about. According to legend, Sealies are elusive and can create countless copies of themselves. Who's to say that it won't summon a shooting star to crush us once we find it?
Think about, you don't actually believe those legends. Let's just say you don't actually believe those legends, do you?
Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm just a little panicky. Okay, Layla. calm down and think.
This is gonna be
If
mad.
the Sealy is a person, then there has to be a way to track them down. We have two possible leads right now. The first is the checkout logs of those two books, and the other is the red stamp.
Okay.
The red stamp bears the Retawahist emblem, which is used by a lot of people. It'll be hard to track down an individual, so we should probably start with the checkout logs.
The finger pointy things are deadly. Kind of disagree with that logic.
Let's go and make an inquiry. We can also ask around the House of Dana and see if anyone else knows something about the Wisdom Sealy.
Let's go. I appreciate how this is just a completely different story now. It's like, let's actually find and talk to the Sealy. You know what I mean? Like, completely different. It's so cool the way these choices work in this game.
Hi there. Have you heard of the legend of the Wisdom Sealy?
Do I really look like the kind of student that would be interested in such a pointless legend?
Calm down. Who gives a damn? You're taking yourself too seriously.
Oh, I'm sorry. We were just curious.
I'm gonna talk to Sino.
Well, I do happen to have some information on it.
Then why don't you just say so? Exactly.
Huh? Logically, that has nothing to do with the question I asked.
What do you... What? Do I look like the student? Oh my god, he's... Okay, so he's just an idiot.
I just don't want others to see me as some poor excuse for a student, whiling away my time in the House of Dana.
Well, you don't have to be rude to Layla.
I don't really think bad students would come
Exactly.
to the House of Dana to pass the time. But anyways, you were saying?
Well, I spend most of my time here, and I have noticed something odd before. One time, late at night, a black shadow fell from above and landed in the central area of the House of
Black
Dana.
shadow?
Of course, I was a little sleepy at the time, but it startled me, and I got up to see what was going on.
Okay.
And then what happened?
Then, the shadow quickly circled behind me with incredible speed. Just as I tried to turn around to get a look at it, I fainted.
Yeah, the shadow sounds pretty powerful.
Yes, it was unbelievably fast. I had never seen anything like it. It was so unusual that I wasn't sure if it was real or if I was half dreaming.
Right.
But given how popular the legend of the Sealy has become lately, maybe this has something to do with it.
Okay, thank you. You could have just said this at the start as well.
Don't take this the wrong way, but doesn't the House of Dana have a door?
When to come in the door?
It was closed that night. I suppose even the House of Dana needs to be closed for maintenance from time to time.
Okay.
I see. That makes sense. But what were you doing here if the House of Dana was closed?
Don't look so surprised. It's a common practice to find a place to hide before they lock the doors, so you can continue reading books here.
Jesus.
Everyone knows that.
Good thing I'm not sitting alongside you. I can tell you'd really stress me out.
Anyway, thank you for the info. I'll be sure to take note of everything you mentioned.
You're welcome.
Thank you for eventually telling us. Yeah, I understand as well, like, again, like, you know, he probably has his own anxieties about the way people see him as well. But no one needs to be rude, you know? Do I look like this? We didn't say nothing about you.
Slow.
So calm down.
Hi there. Do you know anything about the Wisdom Sealy?
Yes, of course. I've been looking into it for quite a while now. However, I feel like I'm still missing some key pieces of information. Hey, maybe if we put our heads together, we can figure something out.
Sure. I'll try my best.
There are a few known traits of the Wisdom Sealy. First, it's extremely strong. It can easily carry a few dozen books, along with 4 or 5 pieces of astrology equipment all at once.
Okay, so it's strong. Physically strong?
It's extremely athletic as well. It only moves in a straight line and doesn't stop for anything, not even walls or rivers.
Okay. Now, the Sealies I know will go up and down and all around the place trying to avoid me.
Lastly, it has a number of special abilities. It has a hardened metal body that's impervious to injury. It can freeze water into ice, and it can also summon meteors.
That doesn't even sound human.
It sounds like some hero out of a fairy tale.
Well, it is a legend after all. It's no surprise that some details seem a little exaggerated. But these aren't just made up, you know. Each of its abilities has been confirmed by eyewitnesses. There have been many sightings, too, including at Chatrakam Cave, the Avidia Forest, and around the waterfall south of Sumeru City.
Now, what does like it look like?
Has anyone seen what it actually
Oh, there we go.
looks like? Or what kind of person it is?
Not that I know of. No one's been able to get close to it. It seems like it tries to stay out of sight. I would probably want to remain a mystery too, if I were someone as legendary as the Wisdom Seelie. So what do you make of it? Have you seen it somewhere as well?
No. We're probably gonna need some time to digest all the, incredible information you've provided
Again, try
us.
not to upset someone as well.
Not a problem. But if you manage to find anything, be sure to come and tell me about it.
Sure.
I trust that you'll quickly discover the excitement of slowly unraveling the truth.
Yeah, like again, like probably, crazy information there. But I love the lady who was like, oh yeah, thanks so much for all this really really good, awesome, amazing, fantastic information. So here's the last person here.
Oh, hello there. Can I help you?
Hello. I'm a Ratawahis student and would like to see the checkout logs for theoretical astrology and a quick reference guide to astrology cases.
Oh, are you also here to investigate the Ratawahist Wisdom Seelie legend?
Also?
So someone else is doing it as well.
I suppose it makes sense that we're not the only ones investigating such a popular legend.
Yes, I myself am also quite curious about it, but unfortunately I haven't found anything out of the ordinary.
Okay.
Given you're a Ratawahist student, I'm sure you know that a lot of research references these two books. All our copies of these particular titles are frequently checked out. I have looked into it, but found no irregularities in the checkout logs.
Is there any chance the Seelie could have taken the books out and returned them without being noticed?
I mean, if they broke in.
Not likely. That would be almost impossible. The House of Dana is extremely strict about the circulation of its books. There will always be a record if a book is checked out.
Right.
And even if it managed to figure out a way to take the books without leaving any record, it's possible that someone would come looking to borrow the books before the Seelie returned them.
Yeah, no, I imagine the way there's always people in this library checking out books, and there's always people at like every section
If
of the library.
someone discovers that a book is missing or that it doesn't match my inventory records, it would come to my attention immediately.
Okay, that's good to know.
However, it might be possible to pull off in the case of a less popular book.
Okay, I understand now, thank you. This is useful to know.
Yeah.
With any luck, it'll help us work out the Seelie's identity. Okay, everyone's given us a lot of useful information. Let's go through it and try to organize everything.
Sure.
Some things we heard were pretty straightforward, but others were just, ridiculous.
We should be able to figure out more about its identities and whereabouts.
Yeah. Let me think and see what I can make of it.
Yeah, and you're super smart as well, so.
Okay.
Oh my god, the inner
Calm down,
monologue.
Layla. I know the info's all over the place, but you can definitely do it.
You can do it, yeah.
First, let's try to figure out the Seelie's identity based on the clues we currently have. Then, we'll analyze where it's been sighted and its motives. Finally, we'll piece everything together. From there, we should be able to predict its movement. Alright, let's give it a try.
Oh my god, we're doing this? So,
Book circulation is strictly regulated, and there is a log of anyone who checks out a book.
okay.
Stamp. Which probably means they're a Ratawahis student.
So that?
I may be able to come up with...
Oh, we get to look at everything though.
It once infiltrated the House of Dana while it was closed. I think I heard somewhere that it has a lot of ridiculous abilities.
And it was sighted like near like waterfalls and stuff, right?
It's been to the Chatrakam Cave,
Yeah.
the Avidia Forest, and the waterfall south of Sumeru City.
Oh, it's dissociate, so the wisdom seal is true identity. So let's. Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to do that. So it's my bad.
Okay, some
So,
things we
my
heard
bad.
were yeah.
I didn't know you could just back out with stuff like that, by the way.
Then, well, from there, book circulation.
Oh. Wait, so the wisdom seal is true part, the sighting location, the wisdom seal is true identity. I'm never good at these.
Okay.
Okay.
I think I've got it now.
So what do you come up with?
First, based on the information Katayun provided, we can assume
From the
that
stamp.
Vasily is a student from the Ratawahis Darshan. The possibility of it being someone outside the Darshan can be ruled out because it'd be impossible.
Oh, the
to
little
gain
breadths in between the
access
dialogue
to
is also
those
good.
2 books without going through the librarian. Next, leaving its crazy abilities aside, all the sightings took place in locations that are officially recommended for astrology observation by the academia.
So smart, Layla, so smart.
In other words, it's probably just conducting research, and the nature of its research is very similar to mine. The question that I submitted was no simple query, but it was able to give me a reply in just a day. This implies that it's familiar with a similar field of
So
knowledge.
like it's frequents the same like place of knowledge or the same research.
So based on this reasoning, all we have to do is wait for it at the next astrological observation
Yeah,
site.
your reasoning is solid.
It's nothing, really. There are actually some other factors that I've been speculating about.
Okay.
But that's not important right now. Let's get going. Even though we have a lead, it's still hard to say whether we'll be
Alright.
able to make any discoveries.
Yeah, but I think that like
I'll tell you what I mean by that if the Sealy doesn't show up.
fair enough. So it's actually far away. It's actually super far away. It's all the way up here. Near Paradis the Eye.
We should be able
Whoa.
to see more from up above, but how do we get up there? Let's try using the elemental monuments in the area.
Sure, first I'll just get rid of immune. So maybe this is actually like we have to open it up. We have to. This is hell. My team is based around Scaramouche doing that damage, and I have to deal with this guy now. This is my night. This is what my nightmares are about. Having all these animal characters and then having to face one of these slimes. This is hell. Let's switch back to the other team we're using anyway. Not that it's like again, it's not a perfect team because it's even one of my standby teams. This is the other team I was looking at. Yeah, there we go. Doing a little switcheroo team. There. I thought I tried to do that before, but maybe I just didn't find it properly. But we have done it. I'm using the stringless, by the way, on Kale.
The weather today is perfect
really
for
pretty.
observation. Let's see if it shows up. Honestly, spending an entire night waiting for something that we're not sure is gonna happen might not
the
be
tiredness
the best
again?
use of our time.
Maybe, but like, you know, it might be fun.
But we don't really have any choice. This is all we've got.
We could see it as like a relaxing day under the stars as well.
Get some sleep if you're tired. I'll be up. It's
No,
not
I'm not
like
doing that.
I could sleep anyways.
We could literally take this as a day under the stars. I'll stay up with you.
Thanks. Oh, how about I share some basics about astrology with you? If you're interested, that is.
So pretty. Look at this. That's such a nice thing again, and then letting her, like, all night we talked about astrology. That's so sweet. That is so sweet. Letting her share interests
Sure
too.
enough, it didn't show up.
That's okay.
We hardly saw any animals, let alone people. No matter how conclusive the evidence is or how perfect our reasoning may be, nothing will happen as long as I'm awake.
Are you referring to the wisdom seal or the blessing from the stars?
They're probably one and the same.
Okay.
It's like I told you. I have a severe sleeping disorder, and there have been a lot of rumors about me sleepwalking. I tried to understand what I had been doing when I'm unconscious, but I've never been able to get any definitive evidence. Something is actively attempting to cover up all the clues without my knowing.
So I wonder if, like, you're doing stuff again while you're sleepwalking, though, maybe.
Maybe that something is
Maybe.
me. Or maybe it is.
But that would make me super anxious.
I can't be sure. For all I know, I could even be the
We talked about this the other one, right?
But what if I am? Would the Sealy be willing to help me this time? What is it actually thinking? I really have no idea.
What if I could help you is actually a great answer.
Huh? You want to help
Yeah.
me? Of course, it would be nice to know what's really going on, but that's impossible. It's always avoiding me and keeping me in the dark, and that won't change even if you're around.
Seeing how badly she wants to know, maybe we should find some way to ask the other Layla about it. So the sleepwalking Layla?
What's wrong?
Oh, nothing. Maybe there really isn't anything we can do. Seems like we come empty-handed again. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay. Oh, no.
And to think I could have been working on my thesis this whole time.
Wait.
My stomach is churning just thinking about it.
There's nothing else I can do. Sorry? Yeah. Maybe there isn't really anything we can do. Wait, was that answer? But the other answer was, I thought it was like pretty similar. Let's see this for a second. Maybe oh my god, I'm gonna feel so bad. It was, what if I could help you? Seems like we come up empty-handed again this time. Oh, okay. I thought they were both like, oh, there isn't anything we do. No, I feel so bad about that. No, that was definitely wrong. That was the wrong answer. That was the wrong answer. Look at these. These are horrible answers as well. I thought they were both like very similar answers, but I just misread one of them. There's nothing else I can do. I'm sorry.
Please stop.
Oh my god,
The
no,
more
this
you
is
talk
horrible.
about it, the more silly I feel.
No.
Oh,
No.
Come on, Layla. What are you doing?
This is horrible.
Everyone's gonna start thinking you're crazy now.
I feel so bad.
Oh no. I'm losing it.
I misinterpreted it because again, I would never want to.
Dizzy.
I genuinely thought that we were gonna both. The two answers were like, oh, there's nothing we can do, so maybe like we'd like leave it and then we'll go do something. That's horrible. No. No.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got distracted there.
Wait, what?
Where were we?
What? Who are you? It seems you completely recovered. Does that mean?
Oh, what's wrong? You look like you've got something on your mind.
What the hell? She even stands in a different way. She's standing with her hand on her fist on her hip. Are you the other Layla? I thought we were failing, but no, we were actually trying to get this out of her. Wait, but that's horrible, trying to make her more anxious to make the other Layla come out. That's horrible. What is happening?
What are you
A
talking
chuckle?
about?
A confident
What do you mean
chuckle?
the other Layla. I am Layla.
Then why don't you just repeat you seem a little different. She did a confident chuckle. And a sigh? But the sigh wasn't a it was like a like we're an idiot.
Fine. It appears that you were waiting for me
What?
to show up. I suppose there's no use in me pretending.
What's happening?
I promise I don't mean any harm and I'll answer all your questions. But before that,
Wait.
would you mind telling me who you are first?
So there is like another side of Layla. I'm friends of Layla's. I'm trying to help her finish her thesis.
Let me think. Okay, I got it. You two found this place by following the hints that I left behind. You were planning to wait
So
for
you
me. Or I should say you were waiting for the Seelie to show
So
up.
what happened was what Layla calls a sleepwalking version of Layla left all these clues behind, and we've been following Layla's trail,
Was
but in a
this
different
your
way.
idea or hers?
Mostly hers.
I see. Yes, she's always had great
She's
analytical
fantastic.
skills. It'd be nice if she was more confident, though.
Heck yeah.
All right, that's all the questions I have. Your turn. Please ask away.
Sure. You're the Seelie, aren't you? So you know what? You're actually a Seelie.
That's right.
Oh my
Though I
god.
didn't intend for it to turn out
Wait.
this way, really. I just wanted to help out a few other classmates who were having a hard time while I was helping Layla finish her thesis.
Is this like the first time we were talking to like a Seelie? Like it is. Like a human interpretation of a Seelie.
You see, Layla doesn't have many friends at the
Which is
academia.
horrible.
If the others noticed her helping them out, I thought maybe I'd help her become more sociable.
Oh my god, what? So like when they were like, so even like when the stuff that she forgot with the family that she saved, that was all like parts of that were other Layla. So maybe other Layla went to the dinner and everything.
Unfortunately, that didn't really work out. Instead, legends of the Seelie
Oh my
started
God.
going around. But that's all right.
So she replied to herself as well. Well, the Seelie version of Layla did. It's not herself directly, it's actually a Seelie. And so everyone thought that like this was the legend of the Seelie, which was, but it was like if they saw it physically, it would be the embodiment, the body of Layla helping everybody out. What's with the Seelie pranking people? Did you infiltrate the House of Data? And what was the rumor about the special powers?
Infiltrating the House of Dana was a total accident. She
broke into
forgot
the
an
House of Dana?
important book, and the House of Dana happened to be closed at the time. There were only days before the paper was
So you were
due.
just actively helping in that way as well.
I had no choice but to scale the walls with some simple
Oh my
climbing
god!
ropes and sneak in from above while the Core 30 wasn't paying attention.
You were doing a Mission Impossible style thing?
I had no idea there was still a student inside. I had no choice but to put him to sleep.
What?
Any clear evidence of my existence would only hinder my ability to conceal my identity. It would also expose me to Layla as well. As for the special powers, well, they're just things I
Oh
did
my
during
God.
the process of trying to finish the thesis.
So you were just helping her
Like
like
I said, I don't have much time, so I need to be as efficient as possible.
in a very aggressive way. What's with the Seelie pranking people?
I can instantly tell which students are asking serious questions and which are just trying to take advantage of me to
Oh
slack
my
off.
god.
My time to move freely is quite limited, so it's only natural that I would punish the people attempting to waste my time.
And I guess attempting to waste Layla's time.
My intention is to help people. I'm not here to cause any harm.
I can't... Wait, so Layla has like a Seelie living inside of her?
Well then, does that answer all your questions?
Actually, I have one last question. Why don't you want to know you exist?
You see, her emotions are incredibly unstable. She's constantly doubting herself.
Right.
If she knew that there's another Layla who is capable of doing everything, she may think even less of herself.
That makes sense.
She could think, maybe I should just leave it all to her. I'm always relying on her anyway. Why not let her live my life for me?
No, I totally get that.
She might start thinking about giving up completely, and that's the exact opposite of what I'm trying to do for her.
Yeah, but like, this is a revelation I wasn't expecting. I knew like my thought process was like maybe like it was as she was sleepwalking, she was doing all this stuff herself, but I didn't expect it to be like an actual Seelie involved in this.
After
And
all,
it's
she
talking
and
to
I are
us.
one and the same. We're two sides of the same coin.
We're talking to a Seelie.
No one knows her greatest strength more than I do. It's her resilience. If she's able to persevere in everything she does, then one day she won't need my help anymore.
I'm sorry, Layla. I'm sorry, other Layla. My mind is just blown.
I trust that she's capable of doing that. and it's something that she should do on her own.
I see.
She actually discovered the key data she needs for her thesis a long time ago. She just didn't organize it well enough. I'll complete her thesis for her just as I
So
have in
really,
the
Layla
past.
is smart enough to do this stuff. It's just that she's a bit unorganized sometimes.
Oh, please don't share any of this with
What
her.
the hell?
I would like to keep this a secret for both of our sakes.
I understand.
Thank you for doing this for me. No, for us. She seems to
What?
be waking
This
up
is
now.
this is crazy.
This is goodbye. If we never meet again, then I guess I did something right.
Okay. I know she's gonna come back. Yeah, there's Layla. What the hell?
Huh? Did I...
Oh my god.
Or did I fall asleep?
You just had a little nap.
Oh, I see. Was I sleepwalking?
Nah, not really.
Really?
Yeah, you weren't.
I don't believe you.
Now, Layla's smart.
You're hiding.
I can't believe we were
something from
talking to a
me.
Sealy.
It's written all over your face.
I'm not really.
You said you were gonna help me, didn't you?
Oh no,
Why
not
are you
intentionally
coming
so.
out at me now?
Not intentionally so.
Please tell me.
Oh, this is gonna make her feel
Promise
worse. I
you'd
feel so
help.
bad. It ends there? Oh, she's like, please, please. Oh, this is so sweet as well. To keep a promise you made to her means breaking a promise made to her. This is a tricky situation indeed. Yeah, but like, okay, here's the thing. We made the promise to Layla first, but it's so complicated. We made the promise to actual Layla first. And by the way, I want to say that like, both Laylas, like, we're not going to be like, oh, we have a, more plucky Layla. That's the better Layla. That's not what we want. We don't want Layla to completely change. We love Layla for who she is. We just want to make her feel less anxious. You know what I mean? So sweet. And like, she's going, please tell me, please tell me. That was mine. We were actually talking to a Sealy. We were actually talking to an actual Sealy. So now we have to go this route now. The actual starts with the changing route. I can't... Like, that's like, again, we learned that the Sealies, like, were related to, like, a very ancient, like, civilization or something like that. Or at least we're friends with, the likes of, Rukkhadevata and, so maybe, like, there is, like, if there's one human embodiment of a Sealy, there could be more. Right? Like, if Sealies are able to do this, who knows? Hangouts dropping crazy information once again. It happens so often with these Hangouts. So now we're starting this all over again, talking to Layla. That's crazy. And like, what, like, and I guess it is just saying that Layla is super smart, but they wanted to make sure that they could, like, they're just a little unorganized. Are you a student here? Yeah, mad. Absolutely crazy stuff. Are they a great fungus elder?
Huh?
Oh, we can skip this as well. So this isn't the dialogue change. Maybe there's something up here. Yeah. Oh, here it is. It changes everything. It's too rich fishy to write on fishy legends to complete your thesis. I'm still. This started off as this beautiful story about anxiety. Now we know that like there's an ancient Sealy involved, and it's living inside of Layla.
You're right. I need to keep a level head. I don't have time to waste.
Right. I can't believe this.
But what do we do from here? I can't just go back and start packing to leave.
You should rest first.
Rest? But my deadline's just around the corner. Oh, I don't think I can afford to rest right now.
You won't be able to write anything in your current state.
You
Yeah.
do have a point.
So this is gonna be a completely different perspective.
Sorry, I tend to panic easily, as you can see. Then how should I rest? I definitely won't be able to sleep. As soon as I close my eyes, all kinds of thoughts start floating into my head.
How about we head to the Puspa Cafe?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
A cup of coffee might help clear my head. Let's go.
Sure. Sure. Very different here. We changed everything almost instantly in this. Now we're going to change a pace, which is what we were trying to do during the story, but I think like everything was just too forward and like trying to solve things in this to not just like, I guess, how do I say it? Like everything was already in motion. So I think stopping in its tracks at this moment and then taking rest is also a really good idea. I can't believe we're friends with Layla. Layla is such an interesting character. Such an interesting character.
Let's sit down here and have some coffee and sweets. It'll help me put my thoughts together.
Sure.
No. We're here to rest. My problems will have to wait.
Whatever
for
you want to do.
now.
Whatever, we can talk or you can rest.
Oh, hey, Layla.
Huh?
Sorry, who are you?
I'm one of Layla's classmates. I just came by to say hi.
Okay, you have nice hair.
We just submitted our theses and we're
Shut up.
totally beat. Everyone will be meeting here to celebrate.
Shut up, stop it. Stop it right now.
Seeing how relaxed you look, you must have already had your thesis finished ages
She's
ago.
just trying to get a cup of coffee.
Oh, no, I'm actually having a lot of trouble with it.
You say that every time we talk, but you've never missed a deadline.
Stop.
Not only that, your papers are always well written and thorough. Your advisor is constantly praising your work.
Yeah. Yes, but we're still having trouble. It's okay to have trouble even though you're good at your stuff you do.
Yet you're always going around saying stuff like, I can't make it, I don't
Stop it.
understand, I'm super worried. That kind of talk doesn't reflect your work at all. you
I
know?
found the amount of times when I was in college and I wrote a really fantastic paper were also the times when beforehand I was talking to friends and I was like, oh my god, I'm so worried about this.
Well,
Why are you so hostile towards Layla?
For starters, she doesn't even try to participate with the group at all. It's one thing that she's not willing to help us, but she doesn't even bother showing up for our discussion meetings.
Is this the place for this? Do you think it's the place for this? We're in a cafe. We're coming to relax. I think it says a lot about you, Munra. That like when you came in and here and you said we're all going for a nice relaxing day of a cafe. Let me grief someone for a bit.
Every time we come to see her, she looks out of sorts and on the verge of a breakdown.
Okay, maybe then look to help then.
It's not like we can't finish our own theses without her, but no one wants to always see her this way.
Then you're acting like this is like some sort of like disease or something that like you can't touch.
I know.
Stop. No, don't say sorry. It's okay.
Sorry.
Everyone is entitled to their own choices. You should learn to respect that. Just because Lady breaks the mold doesn't mean it's a problem.
Whatever. There's no point in starting an argument here.
You already tried to, and when you got met with an actual resistance, then you decided to say, oh, I'm not starting an argument, because that's the type of person you are. Oh my god, that's frustrating me. Oh my god. Oh my god. You're the type of person to start an argument, and then when you get a pushback, it's like, whoa. I'm not arguing. We're in a cafe. You can see she's still anxious now, and you decided to push this matter. Get out of her face. Leave.
If you think she can justify her behavior, then that's your opinion.
God. You justified it with your words. You did. You said she doesn't help us, and every time we see her, she's on the verge of a breakdown. Think about what you said. Every time we go to see her, what she's doing, why she's not helping us, every time we go to talk to her, she looks like she's on the verge of a breakdown. Why isn't she helping us? Repeat that in your head a couple of times, then go talk to a reasonable person at the counter. I know there's a reasonable person that works here, and say that and repeat it to them. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe she's on the verge of a breakdown, which isn't your responsibility, I know. But like maybe you should know that you should see the reason then.
Thanks for standing up for me.
Layla, I'll do that 10,000 more times you need me to. 10,000 more times. Can you imagine? Can you imagine being like, oh my god, Layla won't help us. Yeah, why won't she help us? Every time we go to her, she's on the verge of a breakdown. I wonder why she isn't helping us. Oh my god, it's frustrated me so much.
I really want to help the others, but most of the time I'm barely scraping by myself. There's very little I can help with.
Is it because you don't want to know about others to know what the blessing of the stars? I totally understand, by the way, someone not helping out with a group setting and the group projects and stuff like this. I totally understand that. But if you visited her and you saw she was having on the verge of a breakdown, then you know there was a reason why she's not helping.
Yeah, I can't ever tell my classmates about that. I'd be a mess if they ever reported it to my advisor.
And if they did, then I'd get the advisor too. Calvin, you're being unreasonable. Well, guess what I also am being, right? Fighting for Layla.
It's really just a big misunderstanding, and there's nothing I can do about it. Everyone just gives me weird looks and judges me. It's making it really difficult to find friends.
Layla, I'm going to tell you this right now. You sweetheart among sweethearts, right? You intelligent, lovely person, right? You said it's a big misunderstanding. From the girl that came over here and argued with you, understood you were feeling anxious, understood that you were having issues, even acknowledged you had on the verge of a mental breakdown, and still argued on. If they really wanted to help, and they really really cared, they would come up to you and say, like, Layla, like you don't have to worry about helping us right now, right? If you want to come down and help us, like, there's no pressure. You can just sit in the room while we're talking even and work on your thesis in the back or something. And then we'll just work on this stuff, and then, like, at least you're there if they actually cared.
It's actually pretty rare for someone to actively engage in a conversation with me, like you do.
I think I understand your situation now.
Huh? What do you mean?
Only by improving yourself and no longer relying on external power can you break out the vicious cycle. You think the blessing of the star is some external power that's out of your control.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Seems you know just as well as I do.
I just feel like sometimes, and this is the last thing I'll say on this, I just feel like sometimes people only care about, like, the idea of, like, someone's mental health when it's pretty. You know what I mean? When it's like, when it's something that they can actually deal with and it doesn't, something that doesn't affect them too much, right? I understand you have to always look out for yourself as well, and in this situation, look out for your own thesis as well. But I also think that, like, it's also, like, things aren't pretty about feeling this anxious. It's not pretty. It's rough, as we've seen here.
The thing is, I'm terrible under pressure. That's just my nature. Even the thought of everyone's expectations back home is enough to make me feel nervous.
And actually, this is the last I'll say about it. When I say, like, when people say they only care about, like, stuff like that when it's pretty, I don't mean, like, it's a pretty thing, because it's not a pretty thing. But it's only when they can, like, romanticize, maybe, like, some bad people romanticize how they can help people in, like, the easier ways, right? Sometimes it's a struggle, and sometimes it's hard, and sometimes it's not going to be easy, and sometimes, and, like, it's very, it's sometimes people find it very easy to be like, well, like, they were like if it's like the stuff that, like, doesn't affect them is what I'm saying. So pretty maybe not the right word, but I think you probably get what I'm saying. When it's easier to deal with, people like love to say that they're, like, advocates.
And the more nervous I get, the worse things become around me. Take what Munira just said, for example. I don't think I'll be able to get it out of my mind for the entire day. That means I won't be able to relax at all.
That's what I'm saying. None of what she said helped. It's just going to make you more anxious. Why don't we try facing the problem head on? Sounds like we need to find a way for you to completely relax. Let's do this first, because I'm just, like, not.
Completely relax? But we're at a cafe. Is this not relaxing enough?
I need to relax as well, in fairness. Academics are only one part of life.
I know, but... Alright. No more buts.
Stop.
My life is a mess because of the decisions I've made for myself. I should listen to your advice this time. How do I completely relax?
Why don't we see the countryside? That's actually a nice idea. Go out and see the countryside?
That does sound pretty nice. I haven't set foot outside the academia in quite a while. I used to enjoy visiting the rainforest, but it's been a while since I've been there.
We'll go to the rainforest.
Maybe a lot has changed.
Yeah.
Okay, why don't we go there and take a look?
So frustrated with that. Is she still here?
Hey, where's everybody going?
Hey, sorry, Anteka. So I just want to put in a little bit of a complaint. There was a girl here named Munira. It's a pretty name, but She was stealing cutlery.
Acting cafe manager.
Yeah.
in Tekka.
Yeah,
At
stealing
your
cutlery, and not only that, she actually did she grabbed her nose and said "pu" every single time she took a bite of the food she got, and said the next time I'm here I'm gonna dine and dash. Yeah, she also said that she's conducting horrible experiments in academia. Just saying. I don't know what you can do about the last one, but yeah. She also said this cat wasn't cute, which as you can see, it's very cute. That's the most horrible one. That is the most horrible one. Yes. That I just like, again, like it's because, like it'd be a different story if it was just a complaint about the frustrations of your group partner or something not doing the work with you. Of course, that's a totally fair and not only fair, but a realistic and yes, true expectation to have of someone. Help us work on this 100%. 110%. But like again, if I was like working on a group project in and it's not even a group project, but it's a group meetings. If I was working on a group project in college and I got frustrated at one person not pulling their weight, and then I went to see them, and every time I went to see them, they were literally so anxious to having like on the verge of a breakdown. Do you think I'm gonna be like, F them, or am I gonna be like, oh my god, they're in like a bad state. They're not in a good place right now.
Even the air here feels more relaxing. I just want to forget about the thesis altogether. I'm just kidding. Knowing me, I'd only be able to forget about it for a little while. This doesn't count as trying to avoid my problems, does it?
No. Your state of mind is just as important as the efficiency if you want to solve the problems that you're facing 110%. You need to have a clear mind if you want to do things.
That's quite the legitimate excuse. No, it's more of an explanation. Even I'm starting to get bolder with my words.
Good, yeah.
I grew up in a place like this. Looking into the distance now with the breeze in my face makes me feel like a kid again.
That's lovely. That's really lovely.
Oh, those were the happiest days.
What did you usually do as a kid?
I had a bunch of friends back then, and we would go pick wild berries in the woods.
That sounds so nice.
No matter what ingredients we found, we would cook them over a fire, and whoever lost one of our games would have to eat all of it.
That sounds a little intense.
No, it wasn't that bad. It really depended on how lucky you were. Grilled apples and sunsettias are actually quite delicious.
Why don't we find some to grill as well? We could do it.
Sure. I haven't done that in ages.
Look at this.
Let's go.
A little winding down is really good as well in this situation because it's like, oh, we're just walking with Layla.
Peaches were the most popular fruits back then. Oh, and of course,
Oh my God, look.
fish is delicious too. A fish skin releases oils while cooking, which drip into the fire and cause it to burn even brighter.
By the way, this just seems right. Kale and Layla just hanging out together. Yeah, no, I think winding down is super important sometimes. It really is.
But we would always get yelled at by the grown-ups if they caught us sneaking into the river to catch fish.
Yeah?
What's the big deal? We just want to swim. That's what we used to say. But now that I think about it, it really was quite dangerous. Yeah. Thank goodness nothing bad ever happened.
There are certain situations where it seems like they're not trying to help you, but they actually are trying to help you. So maybe some of these as well? Fresh apples?
I think we found enough now, don't you?
It's up to you. Wait, fish? Do you want fish? Do you want a fish? Or do you just want fruit? I don't think we can fish here though, so maybe we'll just give all that stuff to you then.
I think we found...
Whatever you want. Juicy Zayton Peach. No? Okay. What you think?
Alright, these should be enough.
Look at what you're lighting up.
There's nothing like the smell of fresh ingredients. They already smell delicious. I'll be here cleaning the ingredients. Can you please fetch some firewood for us?
Whatever you need. Whatever you need. And whatever I want to do as well. I want to make it clear. I think it's always like something as well when someone has like high anxiety as well, is to make them know that like, you know, because if you're like constantly like, oh yeah, whatever you need, it's like, oh, they're doing this for me. But it's also like, hey, I want to be here too. I want to do this too. I think it'd be super fun as well. Jesus, calm down.
Light it up! Rain outlines your fate. By royal decree.
Yeah, switching around is actually very good with this, for sure.
Sever night from day. Just like we rehearsed.
Just like we rehearsed, Kale. I love it, like, because, like, usually what happens is, like, I'll use a character for so long, and in the case of, like, Farazan, we actually haven't used Layla and Farazan, like, too much, I'd say. That burst is insane. That burst is absolutely insane. But, like, we've used them for a while, and now we get to know who they are. It's been really special. And this place is beautiful. Like, this is, like, exactly the place you want to relax. Like, there's not too many, like, trees to block out the sunlight, but there's still enough trees to get you to look at them. There's, like, water around the place. Like, there's stuff for firewood, there's animals. It's actually really nice, and it's open enough that, like, you can see anything coming if there is anything dangerous coming. It's very sweet. I like it here.
Fresh food is the best. I feel like I've traveled back in time.
Very sweet.
We all used to run around in the woods when we were kids. Trees and mud was the world we knew best.
I can't, like, get, like, because, like, I guess the way you are, like, it's just, you're so, like, she looks like a princess, right? But, like, very much doesn't mind getting down in the dirt.
It doesn't matter how long I'm away from the forest. I won't ever forget the feeling of running through the trees.
Oh, running through the trees. This is one of my favorite hangouts, by the way. Top 3 easily.
Oh, how about you? Can you relate to that feeling? It's almost like not knowing the world will change or ever expecting it to change.
I'm afraid not. I'm an adventurer after all. We could say this is like a very expansive answer.
Whatever the case, it's a very warm feeling. In the end, I passed the admissions exam, and the life I had led came to an abrupt end. Later, as I sat in a lecture at the academia, my mind started to wander and I began to think about home. It was then that I realized how long it had been since I went back. I can't go back anymore.
What?
And other similar thoughts started to come to mind. I guess I'm still not used to being in the academia yet.
I guess you're like the constant stage of homesick as well. There's a purpose for every stage in life. I think that's a perfect way of putting it.
You're right. So we should let go of the past.
Oh, like not let go of it.
I suppose this is also part of growing up.
Keep the good parts in your heart.
But reminiscing about the carefree life of being a kid sure works wonders for the mind. You start missing those moments once you leave them behind, and that's part of moving forward.
Yeah.
From now on, I'd like to cherish every single day of my life, even when it's not the smoothest of rides.
Everything will get better. I know you can do it. And that's the thing. Like, you might, like, things might not get better for a while, but they could get better down the line, then get worse again. You know what I mean? I know it's a horrible thing to say, but like, it depends on like your situation, of course. Like, you just have to like take the ebbs and flows sometimes.
I'll take the compliment. A little bit of sugar and a good view really go a long way for relaxation.
That's an R&R trick. Put the sugar in the bowl.
It would be impossible for me to enjoy something like this. I thought I'd never be able to get my mind off my thesis.
I appreciate that you did.
But now, I feel like I'm fully enjoying myself. It's really great. So, what are we doing next?
I'm so, like, I have chills just because I'm so happy that she was able to relax like this. Sometimes you don't need a plan.
You're right. I've been doing research for so long that I'm used to having a certain routine. A carefree stroll. Huh. I like the sound of that.
Just like, oh, what the hell? Oh, I guess they removed that room guard here because they didn't want us, like, yeah, that's actually very smart. This is so pretty. It's such a pretty clearing, and I'm so glad we get to do these hangouts because it takes this place. Oh, clay swimming. Someone's singing. Oh, it's a so that's the other Aranakin mission. Yeah, there's other missions involved in that as well. I think we eventually will get around to some of that stuff as well, like.
Wow. I never knew there was such a large lake here. Oh, it's so beautiful. The feeling of cool lake water can wash away all your troubles. Can you wait for a minute? I'd like to wash my face. I think it'd be refreshing.
Usually just dabbing a bit of water in your face is really nice as well, but why don't we just go for a swim?
Huh?
Like you did as a kid.
I can't remember the last time I went swimming. I might not even know how to anymore.
It's one of those things you never forget.
Okay. I'll try to swim over there.
Let's see who can get there first.
Wait. No. I'll definitely lose.
Oh, no.
No. Forget about winning or losing.
Yeah, it's just for fun.
Layla. It'll be fun either way.
She's an absolute sweetheart. She's such a sweetheart.
Wait, we're starting
Wait,
already?
oh, really? Oh no, I'm not doing very good right now. Oh, I forgot how to swim. Oh no. Wait, there's a rock over here. What is this? Oh, what a rock. This is a beautiful, oh no, she's gonna win. Oh, wait, do you want me to switch to Layla? Yeah! Let's go, Layla. Get out there, Layla, let's go. Let's go, this is so sweet. This is so sweet. Look how good you're doing. Look at this. Look at. I forgot. I didn't know how to swim. Look at her, champion. Freaking Olympics over here. Wow, Layla. Wow, well done. No.
As expected, I lost. How would I be able to beat an adventure at something like this?
I think you're a great swimmer. You weren't too far behind.
Really? Among my childhood friends, I was considered one of the more athletic ones.
That's good.
But that's just like how I used to think that I had a gift for learning. After coming to Sumeru City, I realized that I only thought that because my hometown is such a small place.
Here's the thing. I think it's a part of your anxiety, but excuse me. But I also think there is a thing like when you go to college, where the thing that you were super good at and you aspired to do when you were in school, you go to a place where like there's like hundreds of other people who also think that they're really good at this stuff and are really good at this stuff. So it can feel like sometimes it's no longer your thing, but really you're just in a place with like-minded individuals that it's all their thing.
On top of that, I'm getting weaker and weaker because I'm barely able to sleep nowadays. There's no way I can bring myself to brag about
I think she is too modest. I think she is too modest. To get to the academia is a really great achievement as well.
Please, you're always
Please.
encouraging me. I'm starting to feel embarrassed.
Nah, you're a sweetheart. We'll encourage you all the time.
But swimming again really feels great. Every muscle in my body
So
is
good for you.
engaged. I probably wouldn't have to worry about my thesis if I turned into a fish.
Probably
don't
not.
You think?
Probably not.
I'm just kidding,
Are
of
you?
course. I'm sure fish have worries of their own. I'm quite content with how things are right now. Let's keep going, shall we?
This is a hefty hangout. I'm happy with it though. Like, this is probably like it's one of my favorites for sure. Like I would say top 3 easily. Oh, there's a bit of withering. There's a bit of withering over here later. We're gonna say, what's withering? No. Actually, she would know it if she's in the academia. Where's the green spinny thing? There it is. Let's, as always, we'll get all these things first.
we
Yeah,
go.
like I think that like she is an incredibly modest person. She's a sweetheart, first of all. Like this, I want to make that clear, like an absolute sweetheart.
Adventure
But I think
time.
there is that anxiety though. I think it's such a normal anxiety to have when you go to a new place or you go to like a place where like it's like going to like a convention. It's like you're no longer going to be like the person who just knows everything there. And the way you see it then is instead of being like, okay, this is my thing, which, you know, sometimes you can kind of feel like I need a thing or so I need something that is my thing amongst my friends, which like, but in reality, like I think it's always better to share the stuff you love with the people you love and the stuff around you. That's why I can never truly understand the idea of gatekeeping. Whenever I see like friends playing games that I love on like on PlayStation or pops up on the Switch, I will like text them right away. And like I didn't realize like that was like something that like people didn't do often, like a lot, because like there is people that do gatekeep quite often, but like I'm like,
Rain outlines
you know,
your fate.
I want more people to play the games that I love and enjoy the things I love. And that's not, by the way, I'm not saying that's not what Layla was saying. I'm just trying to I'm going off on a tangent now. Layla wasn't saying that they didn't want people to enjoy the stuff that they loved. Layla was talking about how like it did feel like, you know, you can't, I think from her perspective it's like, okay, I'm no longer like I'm having self-confidence issues because I'm no longer just like the smartest person in a small pond. I went from being a whale in a teardrop to a you know, maybe a bigger fish in a pond, you know?
There's a mushroom here. You want to jump on it to see what's up there?
Watch this, Layla.
I haven't done this in a while. I kinda want to give it a try.
The jump is so weird sometimes. There we go. What'd you think? Not impressed? Okay, fair enough. Over here. We're going right to the top of the mountain here. I love it. And Kale means the world to me as well, by the way. Absolutely means the world to me. Nice. Look at the colors. The colors are always so pretty in this. This is why I'm like, I don't ever feel like I need the PS5 Pro. Because it's like, this is running at like 4K 60 on this machine. And it's one of the prettiest art styles I've ever seen in my life. It's so pretty. Look at the backdrop.
Walked pretty far now. But I barely felt the time passing by.
Heck yeah.
I've been staring at books in my thesis every day. I've forgotten how nice and happy life actually can be.
That's why I said that your life shouldn't be completely revolve around your studies. Yeah.
You're right. No matter how much of a hard time I'm having in academics, I should still find the time to look after myself and fulfill my needs.
Heck yeah.
You really understand more about life than I do.
Would you like to take the opportunity to release all your stress?
Release my stress? Oh, I see what you mean.
Yep.
Being at the top.
Oh my
of
god,
the
didn't I
mountain
roar?
really
I love a
does
good
make
shout.
Someone want to
I'm
yell
fine.
out loud. But it's a little uncivilized.
Who cares? Who cares? Let's do it.
Alright, I'll give it a try. Just promise not to laugh.
No, you have to laugh at me
okay?
too. Wait. No way, weren't you gonna see it? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh my god. I'm sorry for laughing. I'm sorry. I mean, it's a good laugh though, because you're absolutely adorable.
What an amazing
Oh my god. She's a sweetheart. This is the best ending. This is the best one. Oh my god, what an amazing day. I'm so glad you had an amazing day. I'm so glad.
It feels like my entire
Do that whenever you
body
want.
is bubbling with excitement after
Oh, I'm so
yelling
happy
like
with
that.
this.
This happiness was so common as a child, but before I knew it, this feeling was buried in the bottom
I'm so
of my
happy.
heart.
I'm so happy this is the outcome we got here.
It's getting late. Why don't we rest here for a while? I'll tell you some interesting astrology stuff when the stars
What?
come out.
Yes, that would sound amazing.
Oh,
What an
but
amazing
it's
day,
alright
she
if
shouts.
you don't want to listen to that kind of stuff. We can also tell jokes about life or talk about anything you're interested in.
I think you're fabulous to talk to. We can talk whatever you want.
Okay.
Oh, no anxiety. This is the best ending.
I'll tell you more about me.
What an amazing day.
The only reason I ever chose to study astrology is because of how beautiful the stars are at night. That's all.
Okay.
My teacher told me that nature possesses a certain power that grants people an equal amount of kindness and fairness, regardless of the different talents they may possess. And that's why I wanted to call the kind person who's always helping me as the blessing from the stars.
Okay.
The stars in the sky are something that brings happiness to people.
Yes, they truly are.
Everything about home is filled with purity and passion. My memories of that place are wonderful. I never want to forget them. If I were to ever discard anything so pure, I don't think I'd ever be able to find a place to anchor myself in the vast sea of knowledge.
So you're such a thoughtful person. You really are. When you get past your anxiety, which is something that it's hard to live with. Again, we take the good with the bad when it comes to your friends. Like, Layla, when she's anxious, is still our friend. But this Layla now as well, it's like I'm so happy to see that she's feeling good and excuse me, she had an amazing day. Sorry about this cough, guys.
That's why, no matter how tiring or how hard it gets, I won't let my family down. They are already an important part of me.
That's another reason not to lose yourself in the face of pressure.
Yeah. Thank goodness you were there to help me out.
No problem. It was a great day.
Or
an amazing day. Like you said.
We probably still have a
This is
while
incredible.
until the stars come out.
This is like, how can you jump so quickly into like my top 10 favorite characters in Genshin so quickly like this?
Only kids sit around like this, waiting for the stars to
Then today,
appear.
we're kids. Oh my god, she fell asleep. I wonder if she's exhausted or she's finally relaxed. Let's protect this precious moment for a while longer. Yeah, let her sleep. Of course, let her sleep. That was one of the sweetest endings. Like, I love that we were able to have just a nice, relaxing day. That's what I wanted to do from the start, but I think it's, there's too much, like, already in motion to really do that. But, I think this is going to help more than anything else in this game, is that sweet moment there. And, like, yeah, letting her sleep is definitely the right thing to do in that moment. Is there another choice here? No, it's this one will have the last two choices, and I'm guessing. But, yeah, I'm blown away by how good that was. That, like, in terms of, like, individual, like I wouldn't say overall hangouts, because I still think that, like, if you look at, like, the best hangouts, you look at, like, Haizo's one is one that's, like, a perfect example of one that's, like, so well executed for a character you don't meet before, in the story, really. But I think that, like, one thing I appreciate about this one is that, like, especially that particular one, is that it shows how different people can be if you do give them the time of day and you give them a little bit of understanding. And they can truly come out of their shell. Yeah, and it's the opposite of what the person did at the start for them. The complete opposite. Now we have to deal with this lady again. Really beautiful stuff.
Let's sit down here.
Why don't we try facing the problem head on? So this is the opposite one.
Face it head on? What should I do? Do you really think I can?
Yeah, just simple tasks, just break down. Even though the last one was the best one, I will stand by that. It's simple just to break down the unfinished parts of the thesis, yeah.
Okay. I've got a pen and paper with me. Let me go through them real quick.
Sure.
The theory sections are pretty much finished. I'll be able to finish organizing the rest on my own. As of now, I'm missing crucial observation data. I need the results of an observation to validate the conclusion of my thesis. And then there's the preparation for my thesis defense. I'll need to mentally prepare.
I can help you.
What? You want to help me
I
with
think it'd be
my
fun.
thesis? Thank you. Thank you so much. I don't even know how to show gratitude.
We've already come this far. That's the sound of my water, but I took a sip.
You're so kind. I had no idea I'd meet someone so nice in Sumeru City.
Same when I met so many nice people here. This is like the city of niceness. Kurumaru.
Okay, I'll do my best. It's the least I can do, considering everything you've already done for me. First on the list is the experiment to get observational data. I actually had it all planned out several days ago and even borrowed a celestial globe from a Mahamata.
Okay.
However, the weather was rainy every single day after I borrowed it, and I was unable to compare the night sky against the celestial globe. There were a lot of people waiting to borrow the celestial globe, and I wasn't able to extend my time slot, so I returned it and haven't been able to borrow it again since.
Okay, will we get it?
That's why I still haven't performed the necessary observations yet. I don't know what to do.
So you're lacking some equipment.
That's right. The celestial globe is a high-precision device used specifically for researching the stars. Submitting an application to borrow one from the academia is pretty much the only way for me to get my hands on one.
So we're gonna have to ask around at the Adventurers Guild.
Huh? Why the Adventurers Guild?
Because no one has a network like Catherine does. Yeah, that's Shinia's puppet.
Oh, I see. The Adventurers Guild is open to everyone's commission, so she might have some ideas.
And we might get some special treatment as well.
Okay, let's go and try our luck.
Yep. So, about that request I put in about that girl last time. Yes, she's been put away for years. Oh. You put her in prison? Yeah, we put her in prison.
Where's everybody going?
I was gonna say that it wasn't. Wow, crazy. Oh god. Crazy stuff happened here. Ask Catherine for help. Heck yeah. It's rare we get to talk to Catherine. Ad Astra Abyssosque, am I right?
Ad Astra Abyssosque. Welcome to the Adventurers Guild. How can I help you
You
today?
never greet me with that soft tone, Catherine. Is it because Layla's here?
I'd like to, I have a commission,
Oh my god.
kinda strange. How should I put this?
We'd like to borrow a high-precision celestial globe.
Right. Equipment at the academia is in very high demand, and we aren't able to borrow one now. We were hoping someone else might have something similar that we could use.
And I will not take another commission if you do not help her.
I don't know anything about astrology, so I'm afraid I'm unfamiliar with the device you are looking for. However, one of our requesters happens to be an astrology enthusiast. I hear that he's a collector of all sorts of specialized astrology equipment.
Okay.
After the Adventurers Guild helped him out, he indicated that he'd be happy to return the favor if the adventurers ever need it. Perhaps we could arrange a meeting between you two. That should help solve your problem.
That's fine.
Really?
Yeah. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. It's my job to provide adventurers with the necessary support. The man's name is Azam. Here is his address. You can go ahead and pay him a visit.
This is actually really cool. Thank you, Catherine. Catherine's always very helpful, though. When is Catherine not helpful? Am I right, guys? Thanks so much for helping Catherine all the time. What a Catherine. If not, we can steal the globe. I'm at this stage now where, like, I'm in protective mode with Layla to the point that we are going to steal for her. If Layla comes to me one day and is like, do you know how to rob a bank? I would just be like, put down my manga and be like, get my keys. Let's go.
Hello, are you Azam?
You better be.
Yes, I am. How may I help you?
Give me your globe.
Ah, I see. Well, if it's a request from an adventurer, then I'll be happy to help you.
I just so happen to have the device that you're looking for. Let me fetch it and show you, just to be
That's
sure.
fantastic.
Yes, this is
Whoa.
it. Thank you so much. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I just got a little excited.
Excitement is good.
Please go ahead.
To be honest, judging by what stands before me, I find it very hard to believe that you're an astute Ratawahist student.
Excuse me?
Well...
Astrology is a hobby of mine, and these devices have cost me both time and mora to collect. I cherish them as if they were members of my own family.
Okay, well, you can still hand it over. I appreciate that.
Which is why I don't let just anyone borrow them on a whim. These devices are delicate and can easily be damaged if used inappropriately.
The device is delicate, but the person that's with me is like the definition of delicate. She will be so nice with it.
Oh,
It is understandable. It is.
Completely understandable. What can I do to better gain your trust?
How about this? I don't need a deposit or anything, but I'd like you to share the contents of your research with me.
Okay.
I'll ask you some questions. If your explanation proves satisfactory, then I'll lend you the device.
Share the contents of my research and answer questions?
You can do this, right? If you mess this up, you won't be able to gain his trust. Don't be nervous. Explain what you learned. Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, I'll try. But I can't disclose the actual details to you. How about a general overview of the research? Would that suffice?
Yes, that would be fine.
You're probably aware that astrologists rely on the movements of celestial bodies to calculate the past and the future, as well as attempt to summarize the correlating principles, correct?
Of course. This is the basic principle of astrology.
My current research is about a certain phenomenon called astral shift.
Interesting. That's not a topic any ordinary person would be familiar with. I have a basic
This is pretty cool.
understanding
This is
of the
pretty cool hearing her
concept,
do like almost like a
but
thesis presentation.
I'd like to hear you explain it.
Okay. Well, in short, it means that the results derived from astrology are prone to change.
Right.
As time continues to flow, the stars change and everything else becomes affected by this change. However, what's actually driving the change is what's worth investigating.
So what's actually like affecting the change?
I think that it might just be another law of nature.
If the changes follow a certain pattern or routine, then it could be explained as some law. But the changes are manifold, even when considering just a single star. The changes could be resulting from a simple single orbit shift, or it could be a more complex double orbit, or even a triple or quadruple orbit shift. These phenomena have a dramatic effect on astrological conclusions.
So she's saying that there's so many different changes that it's hard to say that it's just like what? Okay, so it could be complex double or so like, she's saying it could be a bunch of different things. Okay, that I'm not going to fully understand.
What I'm working on now is the research and prediction of the triple orbit shift phenomenon.
Triple orbit? By yourself?
Yes. That's right.
Should I try and like this? So it's if the changes follow a certain pattern or routine, then it could be explained as some law, but the changes are manifold, even when considering just a single star. The changes could result in by a simple single orbit shift, or it could be more complex or orbit, or it could be a triple or quadruple orbit shift. These phenomena could have a dramatic effect on astrological conclusions. What I'm working on right now is a research prediction of a triple orbit. So she's looking at the triple orbital shift herself.
You do know that adding an extra star to the equation increases the computational workload by more than 10-fold, right?
It does get a little complicated, but it's still manageable with the use of a few self-invented techniques and a large number of star logs and star charts.
I love that she's actually like, when she starts explaining the thesis, like she's very well capable of this.
Which leads us to why I'm in need of a high-precision celestial globe.
Like, I actually think she's, like, really capable of when she does this. Like, I think that's one thing that people probably don't understand. Like, well, people do think she's capable because she always gets good results.
Amazing. I suppose I should never have judged a book by its cover. I thought you were just trying to half-heartedly deal with some school assignment.
Guys, I'm going to come back later and tell him not to clap right now. I don't want to scare Layla.
Do I really look like that sort of person?
Don't worry. I'm just joking. I was a little cautious at first, but now I trust you completely. It would make me extremely happy if my collection could assist.
That's
a
really
researcher
cool. I
in
thought she was so
achieving
capable.
tangible results.
I think she's fantastic.
Just make sure you return it to me once you're done.
Oh, thank you so much. I really needed this. Good thing Azam was willing to hear
No,
me
you did
out.
great. Yeah. I thought you did great. I thought you did fantastic.
Really? I was just explaining what it is I'm trying to do.
No, but did you see what she did there during the conversation? Even when she was questioned and all her ideas were questioned, she came up with a reason behind the idea of doing the thesis. She like didn't back down from it. She kept explaining things. She gave an explanation. She like, cited the reason for things. Like she's fantastic. You're gonna be a great researcher.
Really?
Fantastic.
I don't know if you really mean it, but
I do really
I'm
mean it.
happy to hear that.
I do really mean it.
I guess even the hardest problems can be solved as long as I'm willing
Heck yeah,
to
but you're so
try.
smart and so capable.
Recording and comparing data will be much easier now that we have this device. I can do it all on my own, too.
Fantastic.
Let's continue with the plan. Can you help me with the rehearsal of my thesis defense?
Yes.
We can do that at the House of Dina.
This is one thing that I can say with my thesis defense. You have to defend your thesis. Like, I'm not always like the best at like writing stuff. Like I like usually like with projects, I was that type of person who left it to like the last second until the last year. Then I was like, I'm gonna make sure I like do it like really like really meticulously. But I also like, I kind of stuck to my friends, I think, in college. So like when I did do my thesis defense, like the lecturers were actually kind of like, they were like really well spoken. Like they're like, that was really well spoken. And now you guys probably know now, you're like, oh well, like Calvin's a serial professional Olympic yapper. Maybe not good at speaking, but I can yap for days, so maybe like it's just a matter of being able to fake it so well. But I was actually very happy with how the thesis defense went, because that's one thing that always like I get people who like, like I've actually heard that before, that in a very nice way, people are like, you are an Olympic yapper. Literally, I talked about before how like I was in like a youth center one time playing Xbox. We just all went to a youth center, like me and my friends, and we were playing like Call of Duty. This is when I was like, I was really young, and I was talking so much during the thing, and maybe she was doing a backhanded compliment or something, but she was like, you talk a lot. You should do like those Let's Plays on the internet, and I didn't even think of that before that. That's probably what started all this.
This seems like the best spot to do this. We'll need to be quiet so we don't disturb anyone.
Heck yeah, you do what you need to do.
So here's what will happen during my thesis defense. After I present my thesis, the advisors sitting below will begin to ask questions. Theoretically, I should be able to answer any questions related to my thesis.
Right.
However, I tend to get really nervous when my advisors look at me, and I end up completely forgetting what I plan to say.
It's totally normal. Again, like I know, like I'm related to my thing. I don't know if people get annoyed with that, but like when I was doing my thesis defense, I remember I was like, if I make a joke that makes people laugh in the first 2 minutes, it will calm me down. Just a simple like little chuckle of a joke. Then it's like, okay, and then it makes you realize they're on your side. I'm not saying Layla should make a joke, but like, make sure like they're on your side, and they are on your side. Everyone wants you to do well. There's not going to be many people in that audience who are going to want you to fail.
That's why I want to rehearse and practice presenting my points in front of someone.
That's totally normal. Let's go. I'll play the role of an
That's right.
academic advisor, by the way.
You should have gotten the gist of the content of my thesis when I was explaining it earlier. So ask away. It's okay if your questions are a little off. I'll still treat them as real questions from an advisor and answer seriously.
You got it. Ready?
Wait a moment.
You're not ready?
All right,
You got this. You
Layla,
do got this.
You got this.
You got this.
You were able to explain everything earlier, so you can do it again.
Heck yeah.
All right. Ask away.
You got this. So, do you know about the Great Machine? Can you briefly describe the application of the law of the triple orbit shift application?
Sure. The direction of this research is based on the results of previous research. It's about the feasibility of applying my methodologies to the remaining triple orbit problems.
Okay.
Based on a sample size of 124 cases, we could only achieve approximately 60% accuracy. The results were not reliable enough to be implemented as a law. You can
She's so
see the
good.
consequences
She's so
of the
good.
erroneous samples on page 3. Excuse me, I mean from the star
That's
logs
okay.
in the appendix.
That's okay. We'll get it right next time.
It's clear that in each of the erroneous samples, one of the stars underwent a significant shift. This means that we not only need to limit the number of stars, but we may also need to consider the degree of shift when applying triple orbit shift
Oh my god.
algorithms.
You are incredible.
Stars with greater shifts are often key in astrology readings. The next step of the research should be... the next step should be to identify the feasible thresholds of shift for applying our calculations.
Great.
And that's my answer to your question. Do you
Fantastic.
have any other questions?
Well done. Absolutely well done. And if you stumbles, people will understand that.
We're finally done.
It's okay, you did fantastic.
I'm gonna need more practice. I can feel
Yes.
myself getting flustered, and I start to stumble whenever I'm asked questions that I'm unfamiliar
Well, here's the
with.
thing. Like, I think, yeah, your presentation could use some work, but I think you tell the logic is sound. But the thing is, like I said, people are going to understand some stumbling. It's going to happen. You know what I mean? It's going to happen. Like,
Oh, really? You mean
if
it?
you're going to do fantastic.
Then this practice must be helping. During my first thesis defense, I stood like a
Oh,
statue
no.
on the stage and my palms were covered in sweat. I couldn't get a single word out.
It seems you managed to address all the major challenges for you. Another thing it's good to know as well is that all the professors in the academia have had to do this as well. So when you're looking at this professor, they've had to do this as well. So that's another good way to look at it. Like, nobody wants you to fail. And if they do want you to fail, like that one we were talking to in the cafe, I'll get Sino after them.
I didn't even realize it, but you're right. It doesn't seem like there's
You got
anything
this.
holding me back
I have so
now.
much faith in you.
I guess that means I'm capable of completing the thesis all on
If that's
my
what you
own.
want.
I can hardly believe it. This is amazing.
I feel like I'm talking to like a friend. Like, I really feel like fully, you know?
I'm sorry. It's just that I'm really excited. This is the first time this has happened, really. I'm so happy.
You worked hard to reach this point. You don't need to rely on others anymore. It's okay to rely on others, though. You know? It's also okay.
I'm not sure how to put this. I'm really happy about everything that's happened, but I'm also feeling a little sad.
Okay.
I still don't know anything about the blessing from the stars. Will it never happen again since I don't need its help anymore? That somehow makes me feel a little lonely.
Alright, lonely.
Yeah, it almost makes the blessing feel like it was just a tool used for my studies, no?
I mean, it can feel that way, yeah?
But I would really like to discover what the blessing actually is, if I ever get the chance. I want to express my gratitude for it, or better yet, maybe we could be friends.
I think the blessing loves you.
That's basically how I feel about it. Even if I know nothing about the blessing, I could still feel its companionship all along. It's almost like how you helped me. I really cherish and appreciate it. After all, It wouldn't be right to take such blessings for granted in our lives.
I'm sure we'll also be very happy to know you feel this way. We know.
That's good. I hope it's a little
No
more
anxiety.
satisfied with the way I am now.
Super sweetheart. Super sweetheart. Absolute super sweetheart. Oh my god, wait, we got a globe as well? A natural yet incredible unfolding events will be etched in their memories for a long time. I love this. Look how sweet we look too. This hangout is incredible. It's legitimately like one of my favorite times we've ever had in this game. So there's something different than thesis defense practice? What? So wait, there's something completely different that we do here? No, that's so sweet. I thought she was so capable. She did such a good job. I am sorry, by the way, if some people were maybe like, you know, because, you know, I'm not a doctor, so like I only talk about anxiety from my perspective. So if I do talk about it in the wrong way, I do appreciate that, like, you know, I'm not going to be fully knowledgeable.
Hello, are you?
So let's see what we have to do different here. Wait, what? Wait, what? I don't want to say that just yet.
Right.
Oh no, she got more anxious. That probably didn't do anything. That means we have to say the other one, is it? Yeah, we have to say the other one. That is the other choice. That's a bit rough. That's gonna like make her anxiety flare up so much. It's always the worst one we end on.
You're starting
Yeah, it's
to
always the
make me
worst one we end on.
nervous. I'm sorry. I feel a little dizzy.
Are you okay? Look at this. It's always like we always like have to end on one where we make someone feel bad. And now is the other Layla gonna come out?
I'm okay. My mind just decided to stray elsewhere for a moment. Give me a second to gather myself.
So this technically in this
the
canon,
celestial globe that I needed
this is
to
the first time we meet this Layla. Why is she asking?
Correct. I was about to test you with a few questions, but you suddenly started looking very
Yeah, I feel terrible.
Oh, don't worry about it. I don't sleep very well, so I tend to get a little dizzy from time to time. I'm fine now.
She seems a little different all of a
Yeah,
sudden.
like just take this as confidence and please just give her the globe.
Oh, I see. Well then, can you briefly summarize your area of research for me?
With pleasure.
Oh my god.
I'll give you a general overview.
She's just gonna do this anyway?
You're probably aware that astrologists rely on the movements of the celestial bodies to calculate the past and the future. Due to the difficulty of designing an experiment and the challenges of validating theories about the past, astrological research is usually based on an immense foundation of experience. And therein lies the largest complexity. Derived and validated conclusions may vary due to subtle changes caused by the flow of time
Again,
and shifts in the stars.
Like, I don't want, like, I'm very happy that other Layla's able to do this, and it's really cool that they're able to step in this stuff. Obviously, the other ending is much better because Layla did it herself.
Ah, I've heard about this before. I believe it's known as astral shift.
One of the most classic challenges is to use 3 stars with shifting orbits to predict the overall changes that may have occurred.
Ah, are you referring to the triple orbit problem? Yes, that really is a classic problem, and a very difficult one to tackle.
I came up with a set of prediction methods that encompass more than half of the triple orbit problems. However, there are quite a few limitations and requirements. This set of methods is already being put into practice at the Ratawa Histarshan by my advisor, drastically simplifying the difficulty of calculations involved in the triple orbit problem.
Yes, I've heard about that.
Look at that. Like, again, I understand he's doing it in a way more confident way, right?
Enthusiast community.
But, like, I still prefer, like, Layla doing it, you know what I mean?
You mustn't judge a book by its cover, you know. The thesis I'm working on this time aims to address the remaining triple orbit problems, as well as eliminate a portion of the methodology's limitations. which will make it easier to use.
It's like so weird, right? It's so weird.
I see. In that case, perhaps there's no one more fitting to operate this device than you. I just keep it as part of a collection. I can't use it to its full potential like you can.
Thank you for understanding. I'll return it in perfect working order once I'm finished with it.
Okay.
Okay, we should be going now.
Yeah, but like, it's so like because it's like, yeah, you did fantastic.
What did we plan to do after this? I kind
You
of
aren't Layla. You aren't Layla.
Huh? What makes you say that?
The real Layla wouldn't
Is
forget
there
what to do
something
next.
off about me? Fine. Looks like I can't keep the act up any longer. I even tried to look a little panicky to emulate her behavior. I suppose that is what she's been calling me. With her long-term sleep deprivation, whenever her anxiety peaks, she loses consciousness and I take over. However, her unpredictable and variable sleep patterns are completely out of my control, so I have to make every second count.
I understand, yeah, she's trying to help. I'm not trying to say like this person's bad or anything like that. I'm just saying like I just like obviously would prefer Layla to do it. You know what I mean? That was definitely the better solution, I think.
There's no one willing to help her here, so I have to step in. I am rather curious about you, though. Why are you trying to help her?
She's finally decided to face the problems with her thesis head on, and she's working very hard on it.
Really? That's great. You're helping with all the things that I used to do for her. Seems like you've given her a boost of confidence with your encouragement. She's only steps away from the finish line. She's already made a lot of progress, so there's no need to push too hard now.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's the plan from here?
She wanted to practice her thesis defense.
I see. Well, it wouldn't be of any help if I practiced for her, but I'll leave some notes that should come in handy.
Okay.
Come on, let's go back to the house of
Like
Dana to make
the Sealy is trying to help.
You'll have to tell her later when
Right?
she
There
wakes
is
up.
an attempt to help. Go back here. Yeah, no, like it's a really it's probably one of my favorite hangouts easily. I think we developed such a deep connection with this character, and it's a very personal one that's like direct between us and Layla, right? It's a very personal one. I've enjoyed my time here in a way that's also been very painful. It's been very funny. Really just I hope that everything is going to turn out well for Layla, and I think we're going to be seeing her again tomorrow in the Parade of Providence when we start Parade of Providence, so. Parade of Providence, Layla Garrod. Parade of Providence, here she comes.
Okay, I should get started on those notes. If there's anything you're curious about, you may go ahead and ask now. I can answer you as I write. I'm used to multitasking. Oh, and I have to ask a favor. When you give the notes to her later, please
yeah, we know about this one, the other one.
my existence.
Why is that though?
Well, she's always been in a fragile state. If she knew that there was another Layla who's always taking care of everything...
Yes, it might, yeah.
She might feel like everything she's ever worked for is pointless, and that could lead to some demoralizing thoughts. She's a resilient girl, but no matter how resilient she may be, no one can hold up to criticism and torment from themselves.
Yeah, no, especially that's a good way of putting it, from themselves
If
as
her
well.
condition grows any worse, it's possible that I might cease to exist as well.
Oh.
Then there wouldn't be anyone to help her. She's getting better though, isn't she? It's apparent how hard she's working now. She's my source of knowledge. I'm merely the representation of how she would be if she were rested and healthy.
Okay.
I believe that she's one of the best, even in a place like
Yes, no, I
academia,
agree.
where
We saw how
geniuses come
capable,
by the
yes.
handful.
Yes, no, we saw how capable she was.
But growth is a process and shouldn't be rushed. I will always believe in and support her.
It's good that she has you, or she might have already hit rock bottom, I guess. Yeah, no, she is helping.
Believe me, Even if she were to end up at rock bottom, she'd find a way to somehow
That's
laugh
so
it
sweet.
off as one of her silly mistakes and climb her way out.
She's come this far.
That's the kind of person she is.
That's good to know.
All right. I've written down all the possible questions that I think the advisors might ask. Next, I'll put together a few words of encouragement for her. I'm not going to sign it, obviously. Oh, and don't forget.
It's
about our
fine. It's fine.
agreement.
It's perfectly fine. And it's the last ending. And look, is that the other Layla tried to get out? They will never meet, but she will always walk alongside her. So I think I definitely interpreted maybe a little bit wrong, and that it is Layla, but as Layla if she was completely not anxious, right? It's a completely unanxious side of her, and a very I don't want to say put together because that's not always a nice way to put it. But I love this hangout. I thought this hangout was fantastic. I love that it was a really realistic approach to anxiety. I love that the way that they actually had a very beautiful character that we got to learn more about as the time went on. And not only that, but we got to spend a day with her, and it was a very sweet day to spend with Layla as well. Getting to shout out into the heavens like that was such a nice moment. I think that when it comes to a character like this, it's very easy to because I see it all the time online where people get annoyed by characters like this, where they're they're really quiet and really they won't talk. I saw it with when I watched Chainsaw Man, and I won't say which character because obviously I don't want to spoil anything. There was a character where people were oh, they're too anxious and too and you can dislike characters there. I'm not saying you can, but for me, from my perspective, I'll always appreciate characters like that because there's so many different types of characters in this game. There's bright, vibrant characters. There's slow, kind of prodding characters. There's angry characters. There's anxious characters. There's characters that look down on themselves. There's characters that are very serious, and you learn to appreciate all these different type of characters, and I do love them for that. I really do. I had a blast with this, guys, and thank you so much for watching this, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. And thank you to Ty Farrer 2, Jamie Bull, Johnny the Banana, The Ghost of Minazuma, Ewald, Radish, Anusa, Shabbatterbed, Malcolm Day, Death Trap, and Lynx Markey, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.